What is up, everybody? We are back. It is Thursday night. Time for another Toss One Back Thursday. Happy Thursday to you, and happy National IPA Day. As if we need another day to drink some more beer.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, why not, right? Why not have another day to enjoy some beer? And I think that'll be a nice couple to enjoy, or maybe three, or maybe depending on how much people are drinking out there.
Yeah. Who knows?
I won't tell.
just gives you another reason to drink a beer, if nothing else. Like, I gotta have an IPA because it's IPA day.
It is, right? So, I mean, I don't know who came up with that idea or why they thought we may need a National IPA Day, but I can't hate on them for it. So, thanks for coming up with that thought.
Right.
Are you drinking again? No, it's a holiday. Come on.
Yeah. It's a national day. I have to.
Yeah.
I have no choice.
It is. Shout out to welcome everybody in the chat that's coming on board. Good to see you guys as always. And hopefully you guys have something nice to drink as well. And if not, you definitely have time to get something put together because we'll be here for a little bit of time. So
That's right. It's early yet.
Yeah. So I'm going to actually crack one open here. And it's actually one that a lot of people actually like to drink in Kentucky, which I know you've had many a time as well, Todd, I'm sure. But it is the West 6 Brewing IPA.
There you go.
Yeah, so West 6 out of Lexington, Kentucky. Nice 16-ounce, 3.2 thrown on top, so 19.2-ounce can of what a lot of people consider their daily IPA drinker in the state.
I was going to say, that is a good daily standard IPA for,
I wonder who came up with the 19.2-ounce can. I need to find that out. Just like somebody just said, you know what? 16-ounce, not enough. 22-ounce, a little too much. We're going to Goldilocks it at the 19.2. I'd like to find out who that person was.
I know. Okay.
Because it does serve its purpose from time to time. So, yeah. As I pour this baby in, what do you got there? What are you going to crack open?
I am drinking one from one that you like, 18th Street Brewery.
Oh, yeah.
Out of Hammond, Indiana, which is damn near Chicago from here, or, getting close to Chicago area.
Yeah.
Northwest Indiana. And this is in honor of IPA Day, a double dry hopped double IPA. Lucifer in a haze. And like most all their can art, that's always pretty cool.
Yeah, that is a pretty sweet can. Let me zoom in on that little sucker.
I will give 18th Street. Their can art's always
they're pretty much on point with the
slick.
stuff they put on the cans for sure.
Which, is the devil poking through there.
Yeah.
Lucifer, if you will.
So if it was the devil poking through, would it be a hot poker?
It's a 3 eyes. Too, so
I just couldn't resist that one. Would it be the hot
and it's
poker?
Although it doesn't say on the can, it is 8.2 ABV.
8.2, very nice.
Oh no, sorry, 8.4. According to Untapped, 8.4. But why don't you just put it on the damn can, man?
You got to put it on the can. Why is it not on the can? Come on, y'all. Y'all need to do that
somewhere, but I don't see it.
Somewhere lost in the devil's artwork.
Yeah, could be. I don't see anything anywhere. But I think it's kind of typical for those guys. That's, if you have a complaint about a beer, which, who really complains about a beer? But
well, there's something to be complained about, but yeah.
That should be on every beer made and put in the store.
Yeah, this one is actually 7 even. I don't think I mentioned that. So 7 even on the West 6 IPA.
Okay, I didn't even realize it was that much. I was thinking maybe 6 or so. 6
and this is
something.
Yeah, 7. And this is one I've had a while ago. I've done a review on the channel. So if you want to check that out. But nice kind of grapefruity throwback, West Coast style. Got a little bit of a floral presence. So nice, solid IPA that you can check out there.
Only thing it says about this one, again via Untapped, it's a New England style double IPA brewed with Galaxy hops. So I don't know if it's just a IPA that singles out the Galaxy hop only. I would assume because that's all it lists.
Yeah.
Which I kind of like that. I kind of like when they do that.
You get the Galaxy hop. Let me just tell you something. You're going to be in for a fun ride because Galaxy is one of my favorite hops to actually enjoy. In fact,
yeah, I like them.
My number one IPA is the Galaxy High from Mantry. That's my favorite.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's a double IPA, 10%. But anything with IPA behind it, we're just throwing all in for today. So
right, yeah.
And we'll talk
but
about
I mean, I like how some of the breweries, like you said, Mantry was doing some of their different hop variants, or style, same style, but a different hop for the beer, and singled out that.
Yeah.
That particular. Who was it? Dang. I just lost my train of thought. Oh, what's her name's in Missouri? Didn't they come out with a series of just like single hop IPAs or something? They got it. What the hell did just lost the name of it for some stupid reason. They're a big brewery. I mean, they get around everywhere.
And they came out with what, you said?
Like a single hop IPA, but it was like a series where they had like, you could buy like a 12-pack, and I think it was, or maybe...
It was like the smash type stuff, right?
Do what?
So it was like usually a lot of times they do smash beers, single malt, single hop.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly right. Dang.
But there's been a few. There's been
in Missouri.
There's been a few breweries that have definitely done that.
Yeah, but one particular I was thinking of was what the hell? I can't. God, my memory's freaking terrible. Shannon was talking about her memory earlier. Mine's just as bad half the time. No, I like the brewery. They don't do anything like super out of the box, but everything is really good. I know you know who it is. I can't think of the damn name for some stupid reason.
I can't think of what it is either.
Click on it. I'm gonna have to go through my beer list now and see. As soon as I say, you're like, oh yeah, I'm like, well, yeah, of course. Why can I not think of what that was? Boulevard. That's what I was thinking. It was Boulevard.
No, okay. All right. So they did a single hop one. Okay.
Came out with like a smash hop pack, like you were saying.
Yeah.
I think you got like, it was either three. I think it was a 12-pack of either 3 beers, 4 of each, or 4 beers, 3 of each. But I can't remember. But it was really good. Kind of singled out each style was a different hop.
Right. Well, that one I did with those cryo was from that brewery in Oregon. I can't remember the name of it offhand now, but they were all doing everything with the cryo hops on that. So that was kind of an interesting play as well, which was a nice little variety 12-pack. Definitely say pick that up. Of course, they are owned by Miller on that one, but the beers were actually pretty decent.
I will say the smell that just jumps out of the glass on this thing.
Yeah, Galaxy's out of Australia. It's like one of the most sought after now for like IPAs.
Oh yeah,
it's tasty.
Yeah, good. I've had a bunch of Galaxy, and that is like I'm like you. It's one of my favorite hops.
Yeah,
it's been a while since I've had it where it's just the only hop in a beer. I forget how good it is.
Yeah, that's one of the ones they're using for not just bittering, but also for the flavor and aroma now too. So,
and this one, for being a double, it's not real. I don't know what the IBUs. It says not applicable on here, so I don't know what the IBUs listed are on this. But there's not a lot of bittering profile to it. It tastes like a. I don't want to say like a. I mean, it does say New England style, so you do get that juicy feel from it for sure. But it's not like an overpowering dankness or whatever, that you usually think of when you think of hops.
Right.
It's pretty damn good.
I told you you're gonna like it.
Yeah. Like I said, it's been a while since I've had one, just a singled out hop. I think in that smash pack I was talking about, I think it was Boulevard that did that. I'm pretty sure they had a Galaxy one also in that one.
Yeah. Yeah, Mantry has another one they're doing right now. That's their Tree Search series. And they're singling out hops and stuff too. They're trying to find, it's got more than one hop, but they're trying different mixes to kind of find some of the best combinations. So if you see the Tree Search series, that's pretty interesting.
Let's see. I think it was Boulevard. I could probably look it up because I know it. Let's see.
What are you doing that? And a shout out to Thomas in the house. What is going on, Thomas?
What's
Great
up,
to
Thomas?
see you. Thomas overseas. Y'all haven't checked out Thomas. Check out one of our beer brothers from across the pond as well. And I'm going to say with Thomas, Scotland. I believe Thomas is Scotland. So I know he's not England. So I believe it's Scotland. Which, hey, I don't know if you know that, Thomas, but I did that ancestry and it said I'm 5% Scottish. How about that? I said 5% Scottish, 3% Irish too. So, and like 3% German. German, I can understand. I thought German would be a little bit higher just because of my love of beer. I was expecting German or Belgium to be in there, but take what you get. Shout out to Gilbert in the house. Cheers, fools. What is going on? Hey, Gilbert, I'm going to tell you something. I know you already give up on him, but Rogers is looking pretty tough. I saw that video they showed today where he threw like the ball like 50 yards or whatever into like a bag in the corner of the end zone. I don't know if you saw that or not, but
I didn't.
Yeah, kids still got it. That's all I'm going to say. Kids still got it.
Man, I'm so mad now. Right now, my freaking host, almost the host starting offensive line is hurt right now.
Yeah.
And quarterback.
We got like what? Is it? Tonight is the Hall of Fame game, I know.
Yeah.
And I guess it's like 3 preseason games, so we're pretty much like within that 4 weeks or so. I think it's the Thursday after Labor Day is when the kickoff is. So I don't know. I still haven't watched much of the NFL, but kind of interesting. Some of the players coming out and stuff. Mick T in the house. What is going on, Mick? Cheers, my friend. It says 2 a.m. here. I'm very drunk. You got some catching up to do. Well, I do have to go to work in the morning, Mick. It's not the weekend yet.
Right.
So maybe tomorrow night. But cheers to you, my friend, and happy Friday morning to you over there. Mick, ultimate cool guy over there in England as well. As I pour some more beer into the glass. Because all 19.2 can't go into a 16-ounce glass. Although I do have bigger glasses. I got one of my glasses here is like 54 or 55 ounces. It's like the biggest beer glass or something. I picked it up as some novelty.
That is one of the drawbacks to that for sure.
Yeah. But that's all right. It won't take me long to get the glass refilled, that's for sure.
No.
What's up, Metalhead in the house? Cheers, my friend. Good to see y'all. Know Metalhead 1990. Check him out. He's actually doing some stuff there on the beer stuff as well, getting it out there. And he's a big IPA fan. So this is a day for you, son. Nice National IPA Day, so you can throw back all the IPAs. Because he says he loves those.
Well, that wasn't Boulevard I was thinking of. I don't know. I'm trying to look and see.
You remember what state they were out? It wasn't like Shafley or something out of Missouri, was it?
You know what? It might have been Shafley. It wasn't Boulevard because I just looked it up and I didn't have anything checked in from them.
Yeah.
Check Shafley and see.
So you have beer that is, what's that? Well, okay, the next one, 19.2. This shit would be two be 40 ounce. Yeah. Yeah, 2 of them would get you pretty much to the 40 ounce level for sure. But they put the what's the one from Sierra Nevada, the big little hazy, the one in the purple can, their Imperial IPA. We got those in 19.2 ounce cans in some of our spots here now too.
Really?
Yeah. So we get the shoots in the 19.2, like their fresh squeeze IPA and some other ones, but I was surprised they put the Imperial from Sierra Nevada into one. But we get Lagunitas stuff too in some of the 19.2
Yeah, I've seen
ounce
some
cans.
of those in the big ones, but I don't know that I've seen the Sierra Nevada ones in the.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I use a. Who was it?
Shafley.
It was Shafley? Okay.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
know it's one of those in Missouri. I just couldn't remember which one it was of the bigger breweries, you know.
Yeah. The other St. Louis breweries, or whatever they call themselves out there. They say something about it as a knock to like Budweiser. But I was gonna say I used to drink growlers a while back, but do you ever get a growler anymore? Or anybody watching? Do you guys ever get growlers? Like,
not really. Every once in a great while I might pick one up, but
yeah.
Not really.
I feel like the growler went the way of the pet rock or something. Like
Yeah,
so everybody's got like these growlers around their house that you probably don't even use as much. And when I use it, I'll use it if I see something, great here, like a Rod J deal or something, where it'll be like, we got like Sierra Nevada Celebration, $6 a growler or something like that. Then I'll break it out, but most of the time.
I found out that's the beers I was talking about. It was hop trial, but they don't even list it as an IPA. But it is a single hop beer brewed. But it's
what hop are they using? Does it say?
It's called a Golden Ale.
Yeah, Golden Ale is a good crossover ale from Macro.
Yeah, so they had hop trial, Brambling Cross, Eureka, Enigma, and Hallertau Blanc.
Okay.
I guess, or the hop, each one had its own hop.
Yeah.
So
Hallertau.
They were pretty decent. I guess that's why I was thinking they were IPAs, just because single hop. I knew they had a single hop beers, or like a series. Yeah.
But one of the most confusing beers out there that people think is an IPA actually is not, as we're on National IPA Day, and that will be Zombie Dust. Yes. Zombie Dust is not an IPA. It is just a regular pale ale. And people get confused on it. So that's just how blurry the line is in beer, though.
Yeah, I mean, it really is.
Which that is a good pale ale. So it's one of the better pale ales out there still. Drinking OV, classic Canadian macro, son. Keep it Canadian, Gilbert. Vanessa in the house. Hello, Vanessa. Cheers. Vanessa. Did you see the hot dog that Vanessa put on her Instagram? The 2-foot hot dog?
Yes, I did.
That thing was huge.
That thing was huge.
And I think someone had crab cakes or something else there as well. So, but that hot dog,
long hot dog, yeah.
Sauerkraut and mustard is what she went with on it. West Coast boys, yeah. Are you on the West Coast? And what's that? Old English? That's what I was thinking was Old English. Like, that's definitely not an IPA. What's going on, Wayne? Cheers.
What's up, Wayne?
Happy IPA Day to you as well, my friend. Hopefully you're enjoying something nice. Y'all know Wayne's Beer Delivery. Check him out. He's definitely been rolling out the good videos there on the beer reviews. Sharing some good knowledge. And while I'm thinking of it, for those of you watching, just so you're aware, next week there will not be a Toss One Back Thursday, as I will be taking a break and be on a little vacay. And actually may pop up on some other people's stuff. You never know, because I'm going to be out traveling back up on the East Coast. And got a couple things I want to hit up there. Breweries, a couple maybe YouTubers if I can try to get a hold of. So we'll see.
So when you going to Jersey?
Yeah. So I got to see what the mom has up there too. But
kind of worked out then, because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it next Thursday or not. Anyway,
that's just the universe coming together. Yeah, the universe coming together. Yeah. But if I get down to the shore, I got a couple YouTubers to check it down there. Back where my mom is, I got a couple up there. So we'll see what happens. I'm trying to see if I can pop some other stuff. And if I get lucky enough, I got to reach out to my buddy. But for those of you up in New Jersey, if you're familiar with Spellbound Brewing, I'm going to try to get out there when I'm up there and do some video and connect with them too. So should be some pretty good stuff. So I won't be back here, but I'm going to try to do some stuff to share. I don't know if I have time to get it up on here or not. I may get it and talk about it on the podcast if I run a podcast next week. I didn't run it this week because I'm actually changing over on the podcast server right now. I went from a smaller one from Podomatic up to another one. Whoa, hey. The dog's going crazy. I went over to another podcast server to get more distribution. That was Anchor, and then I've got other stuff going out there. So now the podcast is out on Spotify. It's out on iHeartRadio. It's out on a whole bunch of other spots. It's been on Apple already. So if you guys want to check out the podcast, you can definitely check that out there too. Malt Liquors Imperial Lager, LOL. Oh man, it's something for sure. I haven't drank an actual malt liquor beer since, when did we do that malt liquor throwback the last time? That's the last time I think I drank a malt liquor beer. Not counting the malt beverages, but it's just like malt liquor. I think that was sometime back. Are you on or are you off? Okay, there you go.
Is that when Shane did the Mad Dog?
That might have been. That was like, what? That's towards the fall last year, I guess, right? So it's been almost a year.
Nah, it's probably been.
Or was it? Wasn't this year? Was it? When she did the Mad Dog
before COVID, even.
Yeah. Oh wow, it's been a while. Yeah.
Pretty sure it was anyway.
Yeah. I should just make a shorts out of her doing the Mad Dog because that part was just hilarious in itself. So.
That would be funny.
She pondered her high school years after sipping that. Yeah. Metal's that drink all above all. Just give it all to Metal. Metal will drink it all. He's like Mikey with the beer. You don't want it, I'll take it. Just bring it to me. Bring it to me.
He'll drink anything.
Mixed drinking a cold can of Red Stripe Jamaican Lager, 5%. I have not had a Red Stripe since I was in Jamaica, which is the last trip.
About to shoot them all.
Last trip abroad before COVID. So that was, I want to say 3 or 4 years or so, whatever. I mean, you guys went to Jamaica last time since I went, so.
Yeah, we had our fair share of Red Stripe in Jamaica last year. That was last year, right before.
Yeah. Yeah, when she came back, all she kept drinking for a while was Red Stripe. It's like, you're not in Jamaica anymore. She's like, but I love this stuff.
Because she was so depressed from not being there.
Yeah.
Just trying to grasp on any little bit of Jamaica she could.
I ain't gonna lie, having jerk chicken on that beach and that setting on a nice. Oh man, it was on the afternoon. Yeah, it was just nice. Yeah. They're out there grilling on the beach. Yeah, that's some.
She's
good
like,
stuff.
It literally took me 6 months to get over that or longer. She's like, I don't know, I don't want to go back just for that reason, but I do. But I do want to go back.
Well, I'd like to try to go to England next year if possible. Get that together, because if you're vaccinated, England has opened up its borders to you. At least for right now. We don't have to close them back again, but right now, if you're vaccinated from the States, you can go to England. So
we're thinking about. We kind of talked about this the other day. Just contemplating maybe doing something big like that for when our daughter graduates.
Yeah.
Instead of just maybe doing something before not that she's leaving the house anytime soon, at least I don't think anyway, but kind of the last congratulations type thing, something big that we would enjoy also just as a family, just go and do. Yeah,
that'd be cool. Yeah.
So I know you can catch a lot of really good deals on different. She looked on Groupon. I'd check out there if you do that next year.
Yeah, right.
Some pretty good things on there a lot of times.
Well, a lot of those areas are suffering from not having tourism, so you're able to find some good deals right now if you're looking online. Yeah, so definitely something to kind of consider. I mean, I still want to try to get to Asheville later this year, so we'll see, but. That would definitely be cool. And if I do when I get to New Jersey next couple of weeks, Baltimore's like 2 hours away. So we may try to run down to Baltimore. If you go down to Baltimore, then yes, I will be going by the Guinness Brewery, and I will be shooting some video while I'm there too. That's a must stop if I'm in Baltimore. So Metalhead up in Arizona, nice. Be careful out there. You got all these fires and stuff that are taking place all over. I saw that one town out in California wiped out, and CB had actually posted it on Facebook as well. But the town, everything just wiped out, and they just had all the buildings, and the fire was still ravishing. And one of the fires right now is like as big as LA County, they're saying, which is huge. Crazy. Yeah, and that's like the 6th biggest fire. So there's 5 other ones bigger than that, but they're not in the populous areas, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just a mess right now.
I mean, that's hard to even fathom.
Yeah. Yeah, so everybody out on the West Coast, definitely be safe out there, and people down south as well. Like some of the areas they've had flooding and stuff too. So Mother Nature, she's not as happy with us right now, it seems. So yeah,
Mother
Mickey's
Nature is a bitch.
I
She's
do.
being one.
She is right now. I like to say it was that visitor for the month, but it's been longer than a month that she's been going through this. So Mickey's the best. I do like some Mickey. I haven't had Mickey's in a long time, but I can still throw back some Mickey's. And in fact, you like Mickey's, check out Leprechaun TV. That's all he drinks. That's what he loves is the Mickey's. So big Mickey's.
Really, I haven't had Mickey's for a while either.
Yeah. And I've never done a review. Maybe I'll do a review on Mickey's when I do one of the reviews.
There you go.
Which I do need to get some of those put up here as well. I think my IPA credit's good enough to skip IPA day, son. Is it though, Gilbert? I mean, if you're not going to be all in all the time, 100%.
Yeah.
You don't slack and take a day off.
IPA day. I mean, that'd be like skipping Christmas altogether.
I mean, as good as Jerry Rice was. He was first on the field and last off the field at practice. So I'm just saying.
I'm gonna take that thought and try that on our daughter this year. Like, you get gifts all throughout the year. You're not doing Christmas this year.
Yeah.
So where'd you come up with that from? I was like, oh, Eric Gilbert said.
The great Eric Gilbert.
For IPA day.
The great Eric Gilbert.
That's right. Gilbert the Great.
She'll be like, is that Canadian guy? Drink whiskey and IPA or brandy if like on the wheat. Hey, cheers, Sam. Nice to see you. Welcome from down under.
What's up,
Good
Sam?
to see you. What is going on in your world? Hopefully you're drinking something good there as well, and give you a big welcome to the show. Welcome. I think it's the first time actually here, so definitely thanks for coming in and seeing a lot of the Australian players because I've been watching some of the obviously some of the Olympics and stuff, and it seems like Australia's on a good amount of times. And I believe in basketball, that's who the goal game is with the U.S. is against Australia now.
Tomorrow night.
No, not Australia. No, do we beat Australia? It's against France maybe again?
Against France and Nigeria, I think.
I think it's France. I think it's France we play again because we lost to them the first time. But I think maybe we played Australia or something and we beat them or something.
Yeah,
I watched some of the Australian from the soccer team and stuff though.
So France won that game. That's who we played then.
I think we played France. France is the only team that beat us. So, France beat us and Nigeria beat us in the prelims, but only the French one I think counted. Actually, somebody else beat us too. I think in one of the prelims.
Yeah,
I think we lost 3 games.
The first 3 games they played, we lost.
But yeah, because there's a chance for redemption against them, I believe, unless I'm mistaken, and I'm getting confused with. I know in baseball we're playing Japan again because Japan beat us the first time. So we're going against them to try to get redemption. So unless I
haven't even looked at the team, who all is on the team.
You know what threw me off on the team? I watched some of the game this morning while I was working in the background. Todd Frazier is on the Olympic team.
That's what I thought. Him and another one. Who was the other one? There's only a couple of names on there that you would really know, isn't there?
Yeah, but I was thinking like that can't be the Todd Frazier that played for the Reds. I'm thinking like he's got to be like almost 40 or whatever. He's like 30. I think he's 38 or something. But had him on third base, and I was like, it's like him and like these 20-year-olds running around and stuff.
I feel like it's Frazier, and I forget it was somebody else about it.
There was somebody else that was like a 36-year-old veteran as well. I think I can't remember the name.
Somebody close in age to him, a couple years, but I can't remember who it was. I was like, those are the only 2 I could remember even know that was on the team. Yeah,
well, he had some good hits, but then I'm like, well, you should be hitting good hits. You're a major leaguer. Like, you're playing against these young guys and stuff. So, but Mike Socha's the coach of it. So,
is he? Okay.
Yeah. So they end up winning the gold. They were talking about today is I've been like, I think the last time they won, it might have been when Tommy Lasorda did it back in the 80s or something. So if they can pull off a gold win, because we haven't won a gold, I guess, since then.
It was probably when McGuire played. Like
it might have been because they said La Rosa was the coach.
Because they had It was
Not La Rosa. Why am I thinking I had La Rosa for dinner?
LaRussa.
No, not La Rosa.
Or not LaRussa, Tom Lasorda.
The sorta. I'm getting all tongue-tied there.
Because back then, even I think they had just college players that played.
Yeah, back then they did for sure.
The only reason why I remember that is because I had the Mark McGuire, the rookie baseball card. I used to collect cards, and he was on the USA team.
Yeah, the pre-juice card.
Yeah, right. Yes. Wish I sold that thing a long time ago when it was actually worth a bunch of money before all that shit hit.
Look at the Mark McGuire pre-juice right here. It's a limited edition. I got a Sammy
why does
as
he look
well.
so little?
Yeah. I got the Giambi brother pre-steroid rookie cards.
It's like when you see Barry Bonds back when he used to play for Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Pre-juice. That dude looked like he didn't weigh 150 pounds.
Well, he was the thing with Bonds, like he was already a Hall of Fame player anyway, so it was kind of like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and once he started roiding up, his head probably weighed 150 pounds by itself. That's huge.
Metal is
No wonder he had to go in the juice to carry that head around. The bigger the thing got, the more he had to inject.
Oh, okay, grow the body to hold the head, yeah.
No kidding.
It's like Mr. Mackey from South Park or whatever. Metal with smoke pots and craft brews on another level drill. There you go. Drink then 710 or 420, boys. Do both.
Yeah, why choose?
That's 420. If you're in a spot where you can do it, why not? Space Dust, my face. Space Dust is a good beer from Elysian. Some people try to poo-poo them because they're under AB and Bev, but they still make good beers. What's going on, Bourbon? Rod to the 8th power plus Todd equals cool to the 12th power. Happy Thursday to you. Hopefully you're enjoying something nice. Now, Bourbon's not, I don't believe, much of an IPA person. Likes his lagers, but you would know about Bourbon. Make sure you check out Bourbon Bounty. That will give you the great rundown of all the different bourbons out there for sure. Some great entertaining, of course. Metalhead now has the Moon Juice IPA. Nice.
There you go.
Smash Hop Ales are great until you get to Simcoe and Beer Taste Catfish. Yeah. There's people that definitely do not like the Simcoe, but yeah. What's that? What's that taste? I can't think what that is. Only in craft beer can you have some of the adjectives that we actually use. People understand.
I know. That doesn't even sound good. Why are you drinking that if it smells like cat piss?
Like, why are you drinking something you're calling musty?
Musty,
that's how it works in craft beer. Like, you wouldn't want to be a musty person in the gym, but in craft beer with an IPA, that's part of it, you know.
A big glass of ball sweat.
Yeah. It's like somebody looks like that does not sound good at all. Oh, but you're missing it.
Yeah, but you're missing it. But am I really though?
Yeah.
I don't think I am, but I'll take your word on it.
Let's see. Moon Juice is the GACQ Galactic IPA voice. Nice. What's up, James? James in the house. Cheers, my friend.
James.
Good to see you.
You know, you're speaking of Elysian a while ago. I'm surprised you don't see more Elysian since they're AB and Bev now.
Yeah, I mean, you would think they'd force them out more, but I mean, some of these breweries, they leave alone and let them keep distributing like they were distributing. They don't really get to interfere. So it becomes a play just on their balance sheet to have more assets.
It is. Well, and when you really think about it, it's more shelf space they get.
Yeah.
Acquire, you know, in the grocery stores or whatever.
And it keeps other people out, right? Yeah.
Right.
So they're getting a part of more stuff.
Because I don't see much more than Space Dust here of that, honestly.
Yeah.
I think we do get some of the, which might be out by now, one of their pumpkin beers or, you know.
Speaking of which, so I picked up the West 6 IPA earlier. come around the corner of the store, and there it is. Bam. Elysian Night Owl. It's like,
Oh, so you
really?
saw it then?
Oh yeah, it's already out. Yeah,
Nice.
pumpkin beer's already hitting like crazy here.
Oh
like,
yeah, no, I've seen a ton of them. I just haven't seen that one yet.
It was and that's one of my favorite pumpkin beers to actually drink too. So Elysian does a great job with that one.
They've
And
got like 3 or 4 different ones, don't they?
That's the only one I think I've actually messed with, but they may have some different ones. That's like one of their big ones there.
Yeah.
And it was sitting there right next to the Breckenridge Oktoberfest. Because Oktoberfest beers are now hitting. But Pumpkin got a jump before Oktoberfest, which I was on Twitter earlier. Like, Pumpkin before, I was like, how are they out before Oktoberfest? Like, it should come after Oktoberfest. But now you got the Oktoberfest beers out and you got the Pumpkin beers out. So, Kentucky, Ale Tech, they released their Pumpkin Barrel beer. That was already out there.
I got the whole background on Oktoberfest when I was at the liquor store today because the guy that was working was stationed in Germany.
Yeah,
in the military. I'd say this guy's probably in his either late 50s, early 60s, probably early 60s, I'd say. And he was saying that he was talking about, which I don't know if a lot of people even know. I probably just assumed it was October, being Oktoberfest, but he said it's normally,
September.
Especially in Germany, is September.
Mm-hmm.
He said it only got moved back to more towards October because they were trying to coincide it with like somebody's birthday. I forget who he said now.
It was actually a celebration of a wedding.
Yeah,
one of the
exactly
right. Yeah.
That's
that was one of the beer facts, y'all, on the community tab. So make sure y'all check the community tab for the beer facts.
That's right. Yeah, that's what it was. It was a wedding. He said they never really just pushed it back. It just kept it.
Yeah.
Kept it there. He said he went to the one while he was there in Munich, and he said it was terrible because it was such a tourist thing or whatever.
Oh, yeah, because everybody gambled. Yeah.
Yeah, he said it was not good. But then he went to another one like a year later in a smaller town or something, and he said it was phenomenal.
You should have told him to come to Cincinnati. We got the second biggest. Yeah.
That's what I asked him. I said, have you ever been to one in Cincinnati? Because that's like the second biggest in the world or something, I think.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people don't know Cincinnati has such a influx of German immigrants. So, yeah.
Yeah. But I thought that was kind of cool. I was like, seemed like I heard that before, but I couldn't completely remember.
Yeah. Yeah, one of those beer facts. Let's see here. Vanessa, hello, Thomas. Big Daddy's in the house. What up, homie? Link to the party. Cheers, drinking hot butcher as usual. Check your Facebook so I can send. Yeah, I got your message. I got a chance to respond to it. I did see. So, Big Daddy reached out. If we want to get him our details, he's going to send us a fat bear from Hot Butcher. I'll just send you the message. He sent me the message on Facebook. I have to forward it to you, so he can send you the fat bear one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I remember he said that last week, but I was looked and I was like, I never did see any kind of message.
He said it to me, and I was just running around.
I don't know if he was talking about me too, but I thought he said you both, but I wasn't 100% sure. I was like, I never did get anything.
Yeah, he did. That's on me. That's on me. So.
No, he tried to hold it on. I understand.
That's my bad. My bad.
That's all I got.
That receiver dropping the pass, coming back to the huddle. That's me. That was all me.
Late in the game, fourth quarter. Here's the pass. Oh,
yeah.
He drops it.
It's like the guy on the replacements that Keanu Reeves threw to the guy who's been on Mad TV. He couldn't catch anything. Oh man. Yeah, I'll definitely get it back to you. I'll get it to Todd so Todd can get to you as well. And yeah, you mentioned like you didn't want one of your, I think, Bourbon counties as well. I'm like, if you get rid of Bourbon County, I mean, I don't want to hunt for it, but if you need to get out of your spot, then yeah, you feel free to skip it along. Yeah,
that's weighing you down, or anything.
Yeah. Once again, I had the Beast on Foster's Lager and Odell IPA 7. If I can go on Cam, man. Well, this is actually just a show here that we actually do, but I haven't had a Foster's in a while, the green or the blue can. Which is funny because they always say Australian for beer, and it's like not even done in Australia. So,
right. Like, this is very confusing.
And somebody that's Australian here, like, what is this? We don't drink this shit.
Yeah, this ain't what do you mean?
Oh, Dell with the elephant with IPA, very nice. So Dell has some decent beers as well. Yeah, if the Super Bowl comes out of this, all is forgiven. Roger, you never know. Rodgers may be able to pull it off. I mean, he looked good. Well, as his F work, I can go there with you at times. Like, I'm ready for the weekend. I don't feel like working tomorrow, but you got to do what you got to do.
Here.
Yeah.
Same here.
James, I'm excited about Oktoberfest season. I am as well. We get some great Oktoberfest beers through the region. Bell's just came out with their Oktoberfest, I know. I'm trying to think who else came out with one here. I mentioned already seeing a couple, but we should have a lot more.
Warlock or
I haven't seen the Warlock Pumpkin yet.
Or Pumpkin. Yeah.
Or Pumpkin, but they should be out within the next week or two as well, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Dogfish Head has a nice pumpkin ale as well. I think it's pumpkin.
Oh, I did see what's it called? Rumpkin? Avery's?
Oh, yeah. Well, that'll get you messed up. That's like 17% or whatever. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
pretty much you're drinking Avery, it's going to get you there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure they make anything below anything that is a single digit ABV beer, do they?
Well, they have
I'm sure they do. But
they do have some of the smaller ones, but yeah, when you see like the gold labels or like the silver label, those are usually higher ABV bottles of stuff. So it's like, but they're good though too. I mean, but they'll hit you at the point. They have the one that's it's the pump and it's KY and then N. Like they had a Kentucky abbreviation inside of it. That's like the bigger pumpkin one.
I'm trying to. Maybe that was I think it was Rumpkin, not the pump.
Well, they have the
KY or whatever.
Yeah, they have the Rumpkin one too, which has the rum barrels, and those are like 17 and 18%.
Yeah.
Those are
one of the two, but I think it was the Rumpkin one
that
I saw today.
Those were ones I got. Was it not last year, but the year before? From my one spot. No, let's not be crazy, Todd. Come on, man.
I mean, it might as well be, right? I mean,
it was like $3.99 a bottle.
That's like too crazy, dude.
$3.99 a bottle, and I was cleaning out the store for those because that's usually like a $12.99 or $15.99, somewhere in that range type bottle. So
for one bottle, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, $3.99. All right, let's see.
ABV, you can keep them for.
Right. Yeah. So it's like, I'll go ahead and clean this out here. I'll help you out. I'm going to help you out. Let me help you.
Yes. Let me do you a favor. Since I'm buying so many, can you cut your price down just a little bit more?
You keep my number on speed dial when this shit happens again. And they did again, like the Prairie. They had the Prairie. They were doing Prairies for like $3 something. I was wiping them out too. Yeah.
I don't have enough liquor stores or any liquor stores around here that do that.
Yeah. It's competition is getting stuff in and keeping up, I guess. I mean, one of the guys I knew that was their beer buyer had bought too much. They had to get the stock off the shelves. So I was happy to oblige and help them out.
Yeah.
That was at Depths. That was the same place I took you where you got like the big bottle of the was it Golden Drop for like $5.99 or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah.
100 or whatever it was.
Yeah. It was like that price that should not be on that bottle, but it is.
No, yeah, I should have bought more than just one.
Yeah, I've got a couple other ones too that I got from them that I haven't cracked open yet. But I do like the Oktoberfest beers, so that's actually one of the lager styles I've gotten into more. Oh, drink till you can't spoke. Let's see here. Six Panther LOL. Yes, got homebrew keg. I heard of that one. Snappano is the best ever fresh squeeze other.
What's he say? Sex Panther.
Yeah.
6% of the time it works every time.
Yeah. I watched one of the old Billy D commercials the other day. I was going to bring it on the show, but I'm like, I'd probably get like flagged if I did. But it was just funny watching him like works all the time. Like,
yeah.
Blake's in the house. Cheers, homie.
What's up, Blake?
Y'all know Blake TV. Check him out. Great entertainment. Home of the Friday night throwdown. So y'all know Blake. Make sure to hit him up. Once or twice a year, I get a growler. Yeah, I've got like. They got like 4 glass growlers downstairs. I actually have an insulated growler as well. And I don't usually use the growlers that much just because I'm not
I
really
probably
drinking
have
like
had
64 ounces. You probably what?
I probably at least have 4, probably if not 6, just empty
Yeah.
growlers.
Yeah, I just don't use them as much, so they kind of just sitting here. But occasionally I'll break it out. Like I said, at some of my spots that have a really good deal on a growler. Like if you're going to get like a growler of, I don't know, Great Lakes Edmund Fitzgerald, and it's going to be like $8 a growler, 64 ounces. That's a great deal on Edmund Fitzgerald, so I would get it. So
I feel like it's one of those things like you don't carry it around with you. When you decide to buy one, you have to buy the growler. So it's like,
yeah, probably try to growler.
Stop,
You get it if you crack a growler, you're in for the long haul with it. So it's kind of like, and I've gotten some before where it's like, okay, 15% ABV, I'm going to get it. It's like $9.99, $12.99 a growler or whatever, and
yes, please.
yeah, he's like, I got no friends to share it with right now. Oh well, we're going after it. Yeah.
We're all in now.
Those are some funny nights when I started gaming after having that influence. What do you got there? Let's see.
3 Floyds. Staying in Indiana tonight.
Oh, Cheer Team Ale.
Another double IPA.
What's the ABV
It's
on that
oddly
one?
similar to the 18th Street label that I just had.
I like the eyes coming through. That's pretty slick there.
Which 3 Floyd's always got some pretty good artwork too.
Yeah,
I will say there's always pretty cool also.
yeah. You don't go wrong with 3 Floyds.
This one is 7.7. And doesn't really say. It's just a Cheer Team Ale, double IPA, 7.7 ABV. First time I've actually seen this one, so I don't know. Never had it.
Yeah.
Never had that 18th Street one either. A couple ones I was like, oh, I'm gonna get those. I haven't, used to every single time something new 3 Floyds come out, I was always grabbing it up, but I haven't done that as much.
Right.
So much shit out there. It's so hard to.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's like I go back to the home state here and give it a whirl.
Let's see. I used to have a place to get a good growler, but they shut down during COVID. They shut down, and they're going now. That's happened to some spots. Little IPA 9.0 is fire, and the other one is and they put it in a 19.2 ounce can, which is nice. Jameson IPA edition, best whiskey, like 5. Yeah, I've had the IPA and the stouts cask mace. I've had both of those, and I'm a fan of Jameson. They were decent enough, but I thought like it wasn't something that knocked me back more than just having a regular Jameson as well. It's kind of like, are you just trying to do this to catch a fad or what? I don't know if they really needed it, but it's still a nice tasting whiskey.
Here's a couple of the other ones I picked up tonight too while I was at it.
Okay.
This one is 4-Day Ray Brewing, which I'm not familiar with these guys. Let's see where they from Fishers, Indiana. It's a peanut butter porter. So I don't know anything about it, but I saw it and I was like, it's peanut butter, so why not?
Yeah, I mean peanut butter, solid.
Let's see. It's trying to see if it says the ABV. I don't see the ABV, but it says 27 IBUs. That's kind of weird. You get the IBUs, but not the ABV.
Yeah, anyway, that's kind of weird. Yeah.
Picked that one up. Also picked up this one, which you may have seen or had. I don't know if you've had or not. The Pastry Arky Duclaw series. Root beer float Imperial Brown Ale.
I have not gotten that one. I have a couple in the cooler. I may have to pick up that one now tomorrow.
Brewed with vanilla bean and natural flavors, and this one is 8.7. So that was the other one. And then this one here, which is another peanut butter beer, Untitled Art. This is the peanut butter jelly imperial stout.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
That one is 11%. So
fine selections there.
So like, yeah, why not? This one says imperial stout with strawberry, raspberry, black currant, cocoa nibs, and milk sugar. So
I Definitely
anytime
gives
I'm
it a
like
shout.
you, probably. I know you are the same. Anytime you see peanut butter, you almost just have to get it to try.
Almost, yeah. I still got to do the left hand peanut butter. I got in there peanut butter stout. I haven't done that one yet either.
So I was like, yes, I'm gonna get those. And then the root beer float, I was like, I love root beer floats. If it tastes
Yeah.
anything like a root beer float, this is gonna be so good.
Yeah, it's kind of like I got the beer here, and I'm thinking when I go to New Jersey, how much beer am I going to bring back? Like,
How much can your car hold?
well, I'm actually flying out, but you can check it. You can check it and bag it. So,
well, that's true. Yeah.
yeah. And since I'm flying,
How big of a suitcase you taking?
Oh yeah, well I got it. Well, I'm flying first class, so
Yeah.
I can I get two things I can check. So I'm thinking of taking one bag and putting it in the other bag for when I fly up. And then when I come back, I have another bag just for beer that I'll use. So
sounds like a plan right there.
Yeah. But definitely gotta consider. And I've already been scouting out spots up there that have beer so I can see what I want to try to buy from. They got a Total Wine there. I'm not a huge Total Wine. I've only been into one Total Wine. So I can't say I'm not a disappointed fan. It's just the first one I went to in Dallas didn't really throw me back. So hopefully the one in New Jersey is a little bit better.
Man, the one thing with only good thing, I think they're the same everywhere.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've been to one in Louisville, which we don't have a Total Wine over here. But I've also been to one in Knoxville. And we've gone to Tennessee.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You got to look at the dates.
Yeah, you gotta just look at the dates and stuff and make
the
sure
one thing I do find with Total Wine, at least from the two here and down there, is you get a pretty good array of like local stuff or whatever,
Yeah.
Kind of a good one-stop shop if you're out of town, I think, for sure. To give you some sort of an idea of, some of the area's stuff or whatever.
Right. Well, one thing here that I'm about to crack open. So I don't know if you've seen this down your way as of yet. Sticking with the IPA theme, so to speak. This is actually going to be from Braxton. It's going to be their Graters Peach Milkshake IPA.
Whoa. I've not seen that. I've just seen pictures of it.
Yeah, the peach
Hercules.
The peach milkshake IPA. And for those of you who don't know, here in our area, was talking to Tennessee, Graters is like a pretty popular ice cream place that people go crazy. And every year, like Graters teams up with them on a couple of beers to kind of do a little collaboration. So I'm going to see what this one tastes like. It says an irresistible collaboration between two handcrafted families. This mouthwatering milkshake IPA is brewed to sweet peach perfection with stone fruit forward hops and a small addition of lactose. A smooth and creamy treat that will shake up your summer with every drippingly juicy sip. So this one comes in at 6.9% ABV. Limited edition. Let's get it open and get it into the glass and check it out. And I actually picked this up like at Kroger too, so your Krogers might even have this.
Well, I was going to say, what side of the river did you get it on?
Kentucky side. But they probably have it like at Jungle Gyms or down where you're at in Kentucky.
Yeah, we don't get Braxton on my side of the river, so I'll have to go. Well, I mean, I'm over there anyway because of work, so I just have to go down the street and see if I can find it.
I just poured it, and like I'm already getting peach coming out off this damn thing.
Nice.
Some nice hazy looking beer, white head. Oh god damn, that smells like dessert in the glass, people. That's like peach, like right off the tree, like freshness.
That sounds good.
Just grab it, like with there's like that still got that juicy feel to it,
Nectar,
and you bite into it.
Squirt everywhere.
It's good. Definitely get hit with the hops. It's got that bitter. I would say it's not as juicy or smooth as a lot of the other milkshake IPAs I've had. But the peach comes through. It almost has a feel of like a peach type dessert in the mouth. Kind of like an ice cream type feel. You're getting a little bit of an astringency in play. Carbonation's ramped up. You can really feel it all over the tongue there. That aftertaste, though, that peach really kicks in. It's kind of like that peach pie with a little vanilla ice cream next to it type situation. So it's not bad. It's not bad. I would have rather, when you put milkshake on IPA, I look for that smoothiness to be there. That's the only thing I would say. It's not as smooth as a lot of the other milkshake IPAs that kind of with the creamy that kind of goes down. This one still has the hops kind of screaming at you a little bit.
I think.
But if you're a peach fan and you like peach desserts, that definitely does that part of it.
I think when they do their peach ice cream, because I don't think they have it all the time, because we have a Graters ice cream, I don't know, a couple miles down the road from us, which I hardly ever go there for some stupid reason. I don't know why, because I never think about it, really, to be honest with you. But I think peaches might be like a peach ice cream might be one of their top sellers or something.
I'm sure it's pretty popular. I'm sure like Braxton probably teamed up with them on it.
I mean, of course, it might be one of those seasonal type things too, but for sure. But most of those Grater Braxton collabs have been pretty good. I think have been solid. Yeah,
there was one they did one year. I think it was the black raspberry chip. Maybe it wasn't as great, but the other one, the key lime, drink that like all day.
See, I missed that one. I didn't. Get that one.
Key lime is pretty good. They had some other good ones out there, so I'm surprised they haven't done something like with the chocolate chip, like for a stout. That would be a good one for them to do.
Oh,
yeah.
It seemed like they could do a ton of stuff. If they dove into their ice cream flavors, they seem like they could do a ton of stuff.
Oh, you could definitely get crazy with it, and I'm all for crazy. Go for it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Remember the old? I don't know if Graters has this or not. Remember the old scoop ice cream, and they used to just be called Superman.
Superman it was like blue and pink or something, right? Wasn't it like blue? Yeah, different colors. So it might have been orange in there too. Yeah,
it was kind of all over the board. But I don't know if Graters does that or not. But
I thought that was UDF, maybe.
I don't know.
It was one of the places I've seen it before, but I think it was UDF that may have had that one.
I'm not sure. I remember a place in the mall when I was growing up always had it.
Yeah. All I know is when I get back to Jersey, I'm looking forward to having some Carvel ice cream, which is big in the Northeast. So you get them here, like the Carvel ice cream cakes. You've seen them? Have you seen them in Kroger before, Todd?
Not. If I have, I haven't.
Okay. Well, they're like at Kroger and stuff, but up there, like you have Carvel ice cream places that have some great ice cream. So, and then getting a Sicilian pizza, a hoagie, a cheesesteak. My mom's like, "What do you want me to cook me?" But I'm probably going out most of the time. She's like, "You're gonna come here? I'm not gonna cook. I'm gonna go." It's like, yeah, I kind of want to go out and get the other stuff. I want to go down to like a nice diner, just to sit there and get crazy with it, So
I want to go get the stuff that I missed. Not that I'll miss your cooking, Mom. But
yeah. I want to go to my local pizzeria that I grew up with, Amato's, get a slice of pepperoni pizza, and sit there and reminisce of the times when they had like pole position as the video game.
Yes.
Yeah. And we used to get crazy.
We probably talked about this not too far long ago, but is the pizza there? Is it the big square, like you got to fold it to eat it type slice?
It's a triangle. You fold. I mean, in Jersey, you got to fold your pizza. If you ain't folding it, you ain't got a pizza. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got to fold it. But we had the Sicilian pizza where they're cut in squares. Like, so we had the squares for the Sicilian pizza. You're allowed to do that because it's Sicilian pizza, and that's kind of like a lasagna type pizza.
Right.
Thing. So, yeah. Oh, I forgot who it was that was on one of the former mayors of New York. They were making fun of on like Jon Stewart's show because he like went in to one of the pizzerias and he like asked for a fork and knife, and they were like, "What are you doing? Like, what the fork?" And Jon Stewart was like, "You take it, you flip it. What is this fork and knife? You're
out of towner.
You're not a New Yorker." Oh yeah.
Like knife and fork, get out of here.
Just to get thrown out of a place for that. That's like ordering a hot dog with ketchup in Chicago. Like, there's things you just don't do. Know your habitat. Know where you're at, man. You don't do those stuff. Right. But Gilbert said, yeah, hard to beat Lagunitas IPA and wings. Well, IPAs go together with a lot of stuff anyway. But yeah, Lagunitas IPA and wings at some of the places. Like, we get I I want to say it's like Ruby Tuesdays will have Lagunitas on tap, or maybe Fridays or something like that, and everything you can easily pair up with something like that. Drink whiskey straight, then ice or rocks. LOL. I usually take it neat and without ice as well, but some people like it with the ice.
Oh, I'm kind of both. Some days I don't drink it a lot, but when I do, sometimes it's just better neat, and then sometimes it's just like a cube. Not much, just a cube, just enough for it to melt just a tad.
Yeah. Well, I used to take it like straight, just thinking that would be better not to dilute it, but I've seen like a lot of whiskey drinkers that drink whiskey that, so you want to have that because it actually brings out more flavor with the ice as it breaks down.
I say. I feel like sometimes you get a little more out of it when it is a little bit.
Yeah.
That little water kick to it or whatever, or a little chill or whatever.
So I wonder if it goes by maybe the type of whiskey drinking. Bourbon would know that for us. So
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, too long hot dog, freaking delicious. Hubby got the crab cake. I knew there were crab cakes. That's another thing. East Coast crab cakes. I can get crab cakes if I go to the shore. Yes. Rod, Todd, sup dudes, rolling with some Voodoo Ranger. Very nice, Juicy Ace. That's another IPA. Cheers, Emerson. It's been a while, my friend.
Cheers to the Voodoo.
Good to see you as well. Yeah, Voodoo's pretty good. For some reason, the Voodoo video I did like a couple years ago is still like one of the more popular videos on the channel. I think maybe because there's so many different Voodoo beers out there now. But the Ranger series was solid from day one.
Yeah, I agree.
Bourbon drinking Coors Light, the Brisk non-IPA made from the clear runoff of the ice from the Rockies, or perhaps it's the chilled horse piss. That's right, Bounty. We know Bounty loves his lagers. That's all good.
Either or, you decide. You decide where it's from.
Oh, Gilbert, East Coast equals pizza, right? You know, you go to Chicago, it's all thick and stuff, but that's their thing. I get it. I've had some of the Chicago stuff pizza, but getting back up to the East Coast and getting that pizza is pizza for me. If someone calls me, well, you got another boy because you outsmoke you, and yes, Rob, West Coast, almost like 800 miles from Cali. And hello, Bounty. Got Bart in the house. Good evening, gentlemen. Cheesesteak hoagie, ice cold Valentine ale night. Cheers. I'm glad you stopped in, Bart, because I'm going to actually shoot you a message as well. But it looks like the next just over a week or so, I should be back up in NJ. So I'll let you know, because I think we may be heading down towards the shore at some point. And maybe if you're available, we can connect, grab a beer or something. You're one of the guys I was going to try to catch up with here. I'll be in Boston and Kittery, Maine next weekend. I'm getting married on the beach. Oh, congratulations, James.
Nice. Yeah,
that's awesome. Congrats. Our buddies, Eclectic Beard and Erie, just came back from up there, and they did a road trip up there. But Vanessa's up there in Connecticut as well. But you're going to love that location if you haven't been up there before, I'm sure. Just some beautiful scenery up there. Oh, let's see. At least ain't close to the Mexico border, no. Yeah. But you are in the hot zone. It's so hot out there with the temperatures right now. Cheers to the crab fans. It's so hot out there, like up like 100. They say 100 teens or whatever. It's just like,
at that point.
It's like, why even give you a number? It's 100 teens.
Yeah. I guess triple digits. Who cares at that point?
Yeah. LOL Metalhead, been a Metalhead since the early 70s. Nice, Vanessa. Vanessa's been in a lot of different music and stuff. But speaking about music, and I wouldn't obviously they're not metal, they're more hard rock or whatever. AC/DC's gonna have a couple beers coming out. So that'll actually be pretty cool with AC/DC beers that you should see. I think they may be out right now, out towards the West Coast. But they just were getting released. I did a thing on the podcast a couple weeks ago about them. They got one is the AC/DC Tnt Double Ipa. That would have been good for a night like this to enjoy. Modern take on a classic, mix of Australian, Cascade American, Cascade and Simcoe. Create a big, bold 8.2 Double IPA beer. And the other one they actually have, let me pull it here, High Voltage. Which one is that one? They got the High Voltage Tnt Double IPA. They also got the AC/DC Power Up Juicy IPA. So these are being done by Knucklebones and Cali Craft Brewing Company. So those should be coming out here shortly if they're not out yet. Hopefully they'll come this way and everything. One of the first bands I actually liked when I was growing up was AC/DC. So I actually heard them one night when I was about to go to bed. One of our stations, it was WMMR out of Philadelphia. Shout out to them back in the day. And they were playing Hell's Bells came on. And it was like one of the early releases of like Hell's Bells. This was like back in the 80s. And I'm like, well, that sounds kind of interesting. And I got hooked into like checking out their music from that and everything. So, but that was probably the first early rock group I actually liked was AC/DC.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah. Metalhead, drank whiskey. He says, I drank whiskey. Metalhead's on a different level right now. Bourbon Bounty will be shooting some VR 180 at Rabbit Hole Distillery in a couple of weeks. Oh, very nice. Can't wait to see that. I got to catch up on some of your stuff on your channel, too. It's just anybody that runs a YouTube channel, as some of the guys here in the chat can tell you, it's just so tough when you got to go to work and do your work stuff and all the other stuff you're doing in your real life, and then you try to do your YouTube stuff. It's so hard trying to stay up on everybody, but I'm trying to keep up as best I can with everybody for sure. You'll be in Kittery. Vanessa asked to James, oh yeah, drink Mashine or Moonshine. I had a Craft Mall liquor 10 or 12 years ago. It was on draft, so I don't remember any details. Have I ever seen malt liquor anywhere on draft? That's a good question.
That is a good question.
I don't think I've ever seen anywhere where it had on. I'm trying to think maybe a place with Mickey's, but I don't even think Mickey's is on draft anywhere. It's usually in the green bottle. Never seen anything like a Colt 45 or anything like that. I don't think I've ever seen. Yeah,
I don't know that I have either.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be the one you'd think of, like Colt 45 or Old English or something like that, maybe.
Yeah, but I've never seen that on draft anywhere either. But I know you can buy it in kegs. I just never seen it on draft anywhere.
Or what about some Four Loko? I'm good.
God, a Four Loko is on draft. You might as well just shut this place down right now because shit's about to get broken in here. It's going to be crazy. So, yeah.
Walk out. Just go to the next place.
I go to a place and it's Four Loko and a White Claw on that tap. I'm leaving. Just turn around and leave. Turn around and leave. I definitely do not belong in this place here. We got White Claw and Four Loko on tap. This is about to be a rave or some type of crazy stuff happen. So, yeah. Red Stripe's okay. I have no problem with Red Stripe for sure, Vanessa. I actually drank a good amount of it when I was in Jamaica, but we were just teasing because when Shannon got back, she drank like a ton of it still.
Yeah.
American Rye Whiskey, 45% a 2-shot straight, mate, and I still love my made regular beer too. Cheers, fam. Yes, Vanessa, next weekend. Okay, cool. I enjoy the Kittery region. And Arizona, we all thirsty because yeah, you ain't lying about it being hot there. So you ain't not lying. Which reminds me, Metalhead, I don't know if you ever checked out Joe D, but he was one of the OGs that got me first into YouTube. You should check him out because he's out of Phoenix and he does a show every Saturday night over at his channel as well. And it's just Joe space D period.
I never realized he was out there.
Yeah, he's out in Phoenix area. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He talks about how hot it is at times as well too. So Dragon Stout and yeah, I'm with you in a Dragon Stout rather than a Red Stripe overproof white rum for sure. Yeah. Yeah. And the rum I brought back from down there, which you can get now up here, I didn't realize, but they have some good rum down there. Dragon Milk Stout for sure. Yeah. Well, we know Vanessa loves the stouts. Four Peaks Hop pint is $2. Well, shit, that's not bad.
Heck no.
Cali Death Valley, 130. Yeah. Woo, that's hot. Woo, 130. That makes you start to sweat just even hearing it. Come to Ontario, 70% vax rate, and now you can go for beer to bar. Geez, son. But they're not letting in the Americans still, right? Which I wouldn't let the Americans in either. I don't let Americans into my house, and I'm in America sometimes. But, yeah. I'd like to get back up to Canada at some point, though. I've only been to Toronto, and that was great, but I like to see other parts of Canada as well. I think it'd be nice to do a road trip through Canada. That's the one thing, like Swami rides his motorcycle when he goes on stuff. It's kind of like, that's kind of cool to, do a motorcycle ride through an area. And it's not the same as I think when you're in a car, which in the car you can stop, but that motorcycle idea is a little bit more, I don't know. Feels like it's more fun when you're doing it that way. I drink all the above, boys, and with smoke, it has to be dabs, man. Metalhead's having a great time. Mickey's big mouth equals Fricky's bad headache. You got to prepare yourself. Get the medicine ready. Definitely take an ibuprofen before you go to sleep that night. Milk stout, cool and all, but love IPA and pale ales more. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. It's what you enjoy. So I guess I love a good Rouse beer. I'm big into Rouse beer. Anytime I can come across a Rouse beer, I easily grab that. I would say my top 3 styles, which I've said before, but for those who didn't know, Belgian ales, stouts, and IPAs. Although Rouse beer has definitely creeped up more. I could probably put Rouse beer maybe a little bit above the IPAs because I do not turn those down when I come across those.
I need to try those more. I haven't had that many of those.
Yeah, I mean, if you get the Excellent Curler, those are the best ones to actually get out of Germany. Those are really, really solid. But that was nice. James actually sent me one from no, not James, Dave. James was going to send it, but Dave, my buddy from Beer Front, sent me some from Dovetail, which was really good. The beers he sent, and one of them was one as well. Let me see here. Cheers to Foster. It was 25.2 ounce. LOL. the oil can. Mickey's malt water only. Mickey's only malt water. Only malt water. What's up, Erie? Cheers. Good to see you, my friend.
What's up, Erie?
I made another short featuring Erie over on the gaming channel, by the way. So she's get the best commentaries.
Yes, for sure.
It's nasty forest fire season everywhere where I'm at. We still smoke blowing down the jet stream because the fires up north are 100-year-old record break. Yeah, we've got some areas now. Like there was one area they were saying the fire had not been there for like 100 years or something like that. And everything that's kind of getting exposed, and they're worried about it because all the wood there is like a tinderbox. So they're trying to fight all these fires. I don't know if you saw the one video, Todd, or the people watching, but there was one where the fire truck had to drive out through fire to get out because they were getting surrounded so quickly. That was just crazy to actually watch, too.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah. So they were like going out and they were driving out, and you see the flames like just almost enveloping the fire truck there. So
damn,
it's totally crazy. Marty, what's going on, my friend? It's been a while. Cheers, buddy. Hopefully all is going good. Happy Thursday to you. Let's see, I can outsmoke you boys with Growler in Arizona. You probably could. I haven't done that in a long, long, long time. Get in there, boys. I took a shot before I went to work. Had no beer. LOL. Cheers, Rod and Tassie. Be in the house watching Cowboys and Steelers on Fox preseason. Football.
What's up,
Well, the preseason game. I turned it on even. I got the Olympics on over here, but I know they were doing that. But I saw a piece where a lot of Cowboys didn't actually go to the game tonight. I don't know what the total number was, but they said a lot of key Cowboys weren't going to the Hall of Fame game. I don't know if it's because of the whole vaccine type thing or what, but
plus it's preseason, so those guys probably weren't playing anyway.
But they only got 3 games now in preseason, though, so maybe space dust or other stuff close to us. And hey, Pumpkin, Metalhead said. There he said, hey, CB, hey, Erie. I think one craft beer, Santan shit on PBR, American Light Lager. I didn't see that one. I got no problem with PBR, though. I mean, PBR is doing what they're doing, so.
Yeah.
Rather have pumpkin taste like pickle. Pumpkin. Let me see here. Drink what I like, and screwdriver goes there. LOL. I'll take Oktoberfest because born October. Even though it's celebrated September.
That's right. That's right.
Avery is meant to sell. Yeah, Avery. Yeah, you get an Avery beer, you can definitely have that to cellar for a good amount of time with what they actually provide on those beers. Like, no need to rush into the Avery. Let it settle for a bit. It's like the 120 from Dogfish Head. Like, you can drink it fresh, which I've done, but a lot of people like to cellar before they get into it. A couple of growlers are great for barbecue. Now, something like that, I can say that's a good idea because you're going to use those at that point. Yeah, any type of gathering, you're going to be sharing that. Growlers come 32 and 6.7, but pieces joints be 7.173 extra IPA close in barrel. Yeah, well, here, like, growlers are 64, and then we have crowlers that are 32.
Which I would say, my cousin Pat, which you know that he played COD with us last year, whenever he comes over, sometimes just, you know, if we have cookouts, we just hang out, he'll bring a growler or two.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to something like that, it makes sense to do that, yeah.
Instead of just buying like a 12 or, you know, a couple 6-packs or 6-pack or something, he's like, I just stop at the brewery and just pick up a growler or sometimes 2 or whatever and bring.
I mean, you do it that way, you can bring a couple variety of stuff, so that makes it great.
Yeah.
I'll say you eat the Bourbon County 2014 F Fat Beer. Send me the info. We'll do.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm going to turn it down. Appreciate it.
30s for IPA, a regular, unless the other but IPA fan have a peanut butter at 4.5 to 7, just really light with double chocolate. Link brother. Well, no, actually, I don't bring anybody else on this one, Metalhead. It's just to show that we do the week to kind of run down everything. That's the best. Thanks. And cheers to Milkshake IPA. Yeah, this one, I will say now that it's settled down a little bit more, it still doesn't have that smooth creaminess to it, but it definitely has calmed the hops down. And allow that peach flavor to come through. James had to walk over to the local Slashy Leland Tap to get more beer. Well, there you go. Got 19.5 ounce big little thing and a 4-pack of Dovetail Kolsch. Very nice. See, James up in Chicago, he's got the breweries right around him, which that would always be my worst thing. Like, if I had a brewery like within walking distance to me, I might as well have part of my check just directly deposited to that brewery.
Yeah. Which is why we always go to the one we go to all the time.
Yeah.
Not even 5 miles from our house. So, I mean, it's not walking distance, but it's next best thing, you know?
Yeah. I mean, Braxton, I'm drinking now. The latest Braxton spot they put in Kentucky, that one is like 12 minutes from me. And I'm like, whoa, you guys are too close right now. Don't come in any closer. Just stay where you're at. Because I can't afford you guys being right next to me. Although we did find out we're getting new zoning about 5 minutes from here, and they're going to be putting in a brewery in one of our locations too. So
there you go.
Yeah, so that'll be like a little micro brewery going in.
Although I will say the brewery that we go to, they did a collab with a brewery. It's in Louisville, and they had the release last week, and it's a what do they call it? Kentucky Fluffer, I think is what they call it. But it's a stout brewed with aged on Nutella, the marshmallow cream, like in a jar or whatever, and sugar cones, or not sugar cones, but waffle cones.
I feel like you got to be careful calling anything a fluffer, though. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Because once you said fluffer got to stuck like.
Right. It's pastry stout. It's pretty fucking good, but man, it's sweet. You can't drink a lot of it.
Yeah, but James, we did not. So yeah, so definitely, here's a toast to James' wedding. Many years of happiness to the soon to be Mrs. JT Davis 62.
For sure. Congrats. And good luck.
Had a few local brews with local ice cream. Bit of a mind bender. Yeah. Well, some of the breweries, they've done stuff where they've made them like floats on some of the things too. I've never done ice cream in the beer, but we've had some places that have done that as well.
The only closest thing I've done with that is the Oh, what's the root beers? The root beer.
Oh, did they even make those anymore? That kind of fell off. Father's root beer, or whatever.
Yeah,
Not your father.
not
Yeah,
your father's root beer.
yeah. Like a few years ago, that was the craziest thing.
That was really good because it was sweet, but it tastes like root beer anyway.
Yeah. Well, they've done it with a couple of the Braxton ones I mentioned. Like they've done that with Braxton, like Graters ice cream and stuff, where they kind of paired it with some of the flavors and some other places. But I'm like, that gets a little too crazy.
Yeah, I feel like that. Not your father's.
Yeah.
I remember it being pretty sought after when it was it made up in Chicago?
I can't remember where they made that one up
Maybe
at.
Wisconsin somewhere.
Yeah.
But anyway, before it hit big national distribution, it was like, oh, you got Not Your Father's. Yeah. He tastes like, oh, this is so good. And he started getting it, and it's like, yeah, okay, this is way too sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still decent enough.
So Todd, are you ready to be a little crazy right now?
Do what?
It's gonna be a little crazy right now. We've had a ghost sighting.
Uh-oh.
We've had a ghost sighting. Look who's in the house.
What is that, brother?
What's going on, homie? Hope you're feeling better and recovering back from everything as well. Miss you as also,
Yes.
and some point, gotta come back, son. You gotta come back. It's like, I know you weren't going into the light, but like Carol Ann had to turn around at some point. She had to go to the light. So go to the light now, Carol Ann. Go to the light.
What's going on, Joe, man? Miss you dearly. Hope you're doing good.
Definitely.
Hope you're doing good.
Joe, I don't know if you saw what I was drinking earlier since you came in late, but look at this. If I got to try to entice you back,
there you go.
Graters Peach Milkshake IPA. Joe always told me one time, he's like, you ever see this other milkshake, blah, 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 from Graters Braxton? Send it. After he had Braxton, he knew how good Braxton was, so.
I thought maybe he was going to put up an Oberon for him.
Yeah. That tropical Oberon, yo. That tropical. I do like the tropical Oberon. It is pretty good, yeah. It was no days ice cream was added as flavor to the beer brewing. Yeah, but no, we've had people do floats and stuff here before. Cheers. Hope all is well, son, from Eric, of course. Sicilian squares, baby, all day long. See, Joe, because there's up in Buffalo, so that's Sicilian pizza. The way it just, like Ricky Bobby, the way it hits your mouth, it's just. It wasn't Ricky Bobby, it was the one from old school, but I get it. It's also anything you do with Will Ferrell, you can interchange. You can interchange with Will Ferrell.
Oh, I know, old school. No, I was thinking of.
Oh
shit!
Well, he had old school His Step Brothers.
Yeah.
And,
I was thinking of Chris Farley when he gets hit.
Oh, Tommy Boy.
Yeah, Tommy Boy. Not here, but here. Yeah.
Thanks, Gil. Everything's slowly improving. I'm feeling better every day. Awesome. Great to hear.
That is good to hear.
Sicilian square, son. Red onion and sausage. I don't think I've ever had sausage. I'm always on the pepperoni, but I wouldn't be having an issue with doing onion and sausage. I like those as well. The Beer Patrol, right? Chicago pizza is more varied than outsiders think. Thin crust, tavern size, more popular. Yeah, I've known that as well too. Like from times I've been out there, it's they do have the place with the thin. It gets pushed out like kind of as Chicago being the thick one, which is not always the case as well. But that's what people have kind of come to imagine it as. And Chicago pizza is good. It's just I'm an East Coast born and raised that I love that East Coast style. But I'll eat a California pizza too. So I mean, I like pizza, you know.
Yeah.
So next question: when you had your first beer, what was the soundtrack of your life in the moment? Ooh. Well, I'm a Gen Xer, and if you're saying the first full beer, that would be high school, and it would probably be like Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight. Because I remember beers we were having, and it was around the time of Miami Vice, being out behind a buddy's house, drinking our first full beers after being served in New Jersey, which we shouldn't have been served, but I was able to get served, and that's sneaking around having that beer. If it was the first time I actually discovered a taste for beer or a sip for beer, like when I used to pick up the beer from the fridge for my grandparents to bring them a beer, and I was still a sip and stuff in there, that would have been in the 70s, and it probably would have been something like Dust in the Wind from that point around. Because I learned to play pool by Dust in the Wind, like Kansas, like the place I was at. Every time I played pool, it seemed like that was always playing because it was a popular song at the time, and so that always sticks in my head. So that would be me. So
probably my first full beer probably would have been early 90s, which would have been high school.
Mm-hmm.
And probably would have been like Snoop Dogg or something.
Sipping on gin and juice or something.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I can't. I'm not 100% sure, but I'd say that's probably what it was. Doggy style.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. I think back then, like when I had the first one, like I said, high school, it was like Phil Collins was big. Run DMC, I think of like at that time it was like King of Rock, Rock Box, stuff like that. Beastie Boys. Trying to think some of the other stuff that we had back then that we were listening to. You had a lot of like some of the new wave type stuff, some of the punk rock stuff. And there were so many different types of music. It's not like it's now where everybody tries to make people have the same sound almost. It was so expansive on the music that we had back in the 80s. So I was going for 20 minutes and just assumed you had caught up with the chat. Yeah, we tried.
It happens.
It happens. Oh, let's see here.
Joe is here. Joe, we need you to read comments.
Yeah, Big Daddy said FYI because Big Daddy's in Chicago as well. Most Chicago pizza is thin, cut in the squares, tavern cut. The deep dish is generally for torts. Real talk. So I feel like James and Big Daddy are both trying to put it out there like, hey, this isn't real Chicago. We take our stuff skinny too. We take it thin as well.
You know, it was funny that he mentioned that and you just read that because I was listening to Sports Talk Radio today and listened to Dan Dockage, who's out of Indianapolis. And he wasn't on their days, but so the other guys in the studio were filling in for him. But one of their guests they had on today, they were talking about pizza. And he said the exact same thing. Like, you don't go to where places people that tell you to go to, those are like tourist places. You got to go to like the off-beaten, on the corner pizza places or whatever. You get the real deal.
Yeah, it's like when people go to Philly, it's like, oh, we'll go to Philly and we're going to cheesesteak. Like, do not go to Passangino's. Now, as a tourist, Passangino's is good, but it's not the best Philly cheesesteak where you can go. Like, there's a spot called Neil's on South Street that really has the best cheesesteaks. A few other spots. You won't be disappointed with Passangino's, but at the same point, I feel like you didn't get the top level. So it's like in Chicago, like a lot of people go for like, because we have here in Cincinnati a place called Uno's, which is out of Chicago.
Yeah.
And they have the thick pizza that people usually get. So people think that's what you're supposed to get, but like, no, there's other spots that actually get other food up there. So, but I tell you, from Chicago, and James knows because we actually met there, I still miss the Exchequer. When I go back to Chicago, that's one of the places I'm going to go to again because that place was just on tilt with the food they give you and the beers they have on tap. I mean, anytime you give me a plate with ribs and the ribs are hanging off of it, like the Fred Flintstone cut, you got me for life.
It's called the Exchequer?
It's called Exchequer Restaurant.
Is that in downtown?
That's downtown. Yeah, I don't know if it's on near Rush or Division or whatever it is, but that's where me and James met for some beers and we grabbed some food there. And the guy next to us got these ribs ordered. Like the guy got the ribs ordered, right? And the guy, he was a regular sized guy or whatever, a bigger type guy or whatever. He's like, he got the ribs. He looked over at me. I looked over at him. He looked back at the ribs, and I'm like, good luck. If you need help, holla. That was just the ribs. He still had side dishes, but he knocked them all out.
Yeah, it totally makes me think of Fred Flintstone. You throw it on the side of the car and it tilts over.
But whatever you got there, big portions. I mean, the Chicago eating style, because of the cold winters, I guess, they pack it on, so they're insulated. So, yeah, they get some big cuts and stuff. Let's see. What's up, Beer Hound? Cheers, my friend. Good to see you, brother, out there in the OC. You don't know Beer Hound, check him out as well, dropping the good beer reviews from the West Coast, West Side. It's hard keeping up with most YouTube. It is. That's the thing. I try to keep up with all I can. So it's like sometimes I don't even comment. I watch because I'm like, I get done work and I make dinner usually. So as I'm cooking, I'm watching YouTube. So sometimes I don't even get a chance to comment, but I am watching everybody that I can watch out there too. So I just want people to know that I'm trying to get caught up with everybody because I always appreciate the support here as well. Keeping Malt liquor on draft is a waste of taps, right?
No kidding.
Hey, Josh, what's going on? Cheers, my friend.
What's up, Josh?
Is it good night? Like, is it good night or is it like good night? I'm going to
night.
bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all know Josh. Make sure to check Josh out too. Josh actually does some good beer reviews over on his channel as well. American vaccine can come in a week. Hosers can't leave regardless till the end of August. Right? Yeah. It's all government. All government. We got Mark in the house. Cheers. Tossing back 2 Tank 7 16-ounce cans. So he's going 32 tonight. Nice, Mark. Good to have you, my friend. Cheers.
Oh, Mark.
Mark likes the Tank. Tank 7 is a good saison. I can't argue with that. I mean, I'm going to drink another beer in a second. That's not an IPA because it's what I had in the cooler. But you know, you get too many IPAs, you definitely get that IPA fatigue, I think.
Yeah, speaking of Boulevard, that's what I was thinking of earlier and couldn't think of the damn name.
Boulevard's got some good beers. Too many comments, Metalhead. Just keeping it real. Well, I mean, it's kind of comment. No big thing there. I'm just trying to get through them all.
We'll get to it sooner or later.
I always get to it at some point. So I want the interaction. That's what makes it fun and stuff. Cowgirls got their knickers in a knot over being losers. Oh, is Blake going to be upset tomorrow or tonight? Like, Blake's a big Cowboys fan. So, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know why a lot of them didn't go out there. But, yeah. FDA trying to prove third shot for immunocompromised because they just realized we didn't get a good response from the 2 shots. Yeah, the immunocompromised is a big concern right now with the people not being vaccinated and how that might be spreading as well, I know. And they're thinking some booster by maybe September, which I'd have to get a booster as well. But it'll be interesting to see what they're going to do there. It's just kind of crazy how people handle it different ways and stuff. I don't know. People want to have that control of making that decision, but at the same point, it's like your decision affects other people. If it just affected you, it'd be no big deal, right? But it's the fact that it can affect other people is what the concern is.
The funny thing, not even funny, it's not even funny, but people try to make it more political than it should be.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
I'm not getting my shot because it's all political, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't exist. It's fake news, blah. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
It's fake news worldwide, I guess, apparently.
Well, the thing that gets me, and cheers to Arizona. You're back in Cleveland, so you're back visiting up there.
Arizona?
Because he's from Ohio, but he lives out in Arizona. But great to have. I tell you what, again, I was watching some of his channel. I think it was late last week. But if you want to see some great tourism and stuff like that, like around Arizona and different things that he does, especially like metalheads that you're out there, he does some great stuff on his channel. So make sure you check out Arizona Timeless. He has some great videos and some great imagery that he shares there. But you talk about all this stuff happening. The thing that's getting to me now is, how do I say it? I wouldn't sound like I'm like an asshole or like that and everything, but it's kind of like, I feel like I'm past the point of seeing people that keep coming on the news. And I know that the media is putting them out there that are like, oh, I wish I would have listened. And I regret not. It's like, you know what? It was all out there. You made the decision. Right. Just admit you messed up and go on. I don't want to hear about you regretting it, really. I mean, because you could have done what you could have done. It's like it's becoming like old hat at this point. It's just like you just didn't do it, and you should have, and you didn't, and now you're feeling the effect of it because you thought, oh, it's nothing more than a sneeze or a cough. Well, you find out a little bit differently. I'm still waiting to see people finding out the bills they get from the hospital for a lot of these people that are going in because it's not cheap when you're putting on a ventilator and all that stuff. You know, some people are facing some dire consequences from going in, and it could have been avoided by maybe doing a shot. So,
well, my aunt I found out a couple of days ago. My aunt had got COVID and was in ICU for one night.
Wow,
she had the vaccination.
Mm-hmm.
Was only in the ICU for one night, and then is coming out of it now.
Yeah, wow.
And I was thinking if she didn't have the vaccination, it probably would have killed her, honestly, because she had a lot of underlying conditions. Also,
yeah,
she's probably. Yeah. I guess I'd assume she's probably 70-ish or late 60s, early 70s. I'm not really sure exactly how old she is, but was a smoker her whole life and Like I said,
Yeah.
she does have some other.
With that stuff, it hits the lungs. So yeah, she's a
Yeah,
smoker.
yeah.
Yeah.
So even though she was vaccinated, yeah, she got it, but also because she was vaccinated, I believe that she's coming out of it now. It could have, with minimal. Yeah, she was in ICU for one night, but then now she's fine, or not say
Yeah.
she's fine, but coming out of it now. So I'd say if she didn't have that, you probably would be on a ventilator.
Yeah, it could have been something
or
lower.
even dead at this point, maybe. I don't know.
Well, no, it's good that she came out okay there as far as making it through. So that's good to hear on your part there. And hopefully she gets a nice recovery and everything take place. But it makes a difference. Even Lindsey Graham just came down with it, and he said he was happy he got the vaccine because he felt like he would have been in worse shape if he didn't. So it's like people say it's political, but I'm like, there's people on both sides that are saying they're happy he got the vaccine. So it's not like it's just the one party doing it now or anything like that. It's just, a lot of it's getting played into the politics on the stuff. And it's kind of like, even if whether you were for Biden or you were for Trump, both of them got the vaccine. You know what I mean? So it's like, what are you really arguing about there? Like, I see some people say, well, they wouldn't get it. And like, they ask them and say, well, you voted for Trump as well. And they're like, well, I wouldn't trust him either. And they're like, but you voted for, like, well, he's a New Yorker. That's like, so there's always a reason that pops up.
Yeah. I feel like now most of the ones, not saying 100% true because I don't know everybody's case, but I feel like most of the ones you see that come out about it and they're vocal about it are the ones that are just like, you can't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get this because you tell me I need to, why are you making me do this? All that stupid bullshit. Like, just doesn't
I think
make sense at this point.
I think there's a part of human nature that we have as far as a resistance type thing that when we believe in something, someone challenges, we just dig in deeper. That's why, like, I just say, like, when you're in a debate with someone, like, if you go head on with somebody, you're never going to win that argument because people are going to dig in. It's like you have to give them reasons that might change their perception and let them figure out themselves why they may want to do it. And I feel like right now, whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, everybody's kind of going head on at stuff. And that's why things aren't changing as much because we're all butting heads and stuff out there.
Well, I always kind of find it funny, too, on the argument side where they're like, you're vaccinated, so why do you care if I'm vaccinated or not? Like, I don't really care if you are or not, but you're carrying it to other people that may not be vaccinated or whatever. You're just carrying it on further down the road is what the problem is.
Well, even if we got, like, if you're vaccinated, it's like, well, I have a less chance of dying, but I still don't want to be sick. You know what I mean? So that'd be another part of it. Yeah.
Like
but you
still don't want the or you still don't want the flu when you've had the vaccine or the flu shot. You still don't want the flu, but it does lessen the blow from
when if you actually do contract it. Yeah, and it's something with it as well too. I mean, with the getting it is kind of like, I don't know. I feel like it's just about being careful. Is that old saying, "Am I my brother's keeper" type thing. It's kind of like you're doing it to help protect each other as a society. And I feel like as an American, we always are more in our bubble space more than other countries are. Like, you look at all these countries that want to get it and can't get it, and we got it. We're not taking it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like we don't always have that full looking out for each other at points. But I don't know. It's a thing. Like I said, I got it, and like I have no problem with it. If they say mask up or don't mask up in certain spots, honestly, it doesn't bother me. I figure some of these guys are masked up all day, these doctors and stuff, and they can go through all stuff they're doing. They're masked up. What am I complaining for if I'm going to the grocery store for half an hour? You know what I mean? So
yeah. It doesn't bother me. Mm-hmm. I've never even really once even thought about it. I almost got to the point where you got so used to wearing it, you almost felt like you were doing something wrong by not having it on.
Yeah. So my thing is, it's just the regret part is what's getting to me a little bit. Like, kind of like, oh, I wish I would have. Well, why didn't you listen? Because it was all out there. All the information was out there. It's all the data is out. I mean, 99.75, whatever. Now, there are people that have had the breakthrough. Some people have gotten sick that have been vaccinated. In some spots they're saying something like that. But the number is so low. It's kind of like, why wouldn't you do that? I mean, I'm a numbers guy, so I play the numbers. So
I mean, it's not a coincidence that some of the higher spiked places are also one of the higher spots of non-vaccinated people.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's statistically speaking, that's not a coincidence. I mean,
yeah. I mean, now the governor of Arkansas came out and said he wishes he didn't sign the law to not allow mandate for the vaccine because Arkansas is going through a lot of stuff down there. It's kind of like, I'm just like, I don't know. It's like, I feel like sometimes we got to get slapped over the head in America before we actually realize something may not be good for us.
Yeah. Kind of like Tony the Clown.
And maybe that's a part of us having the freedoms we actually have. You know, we don't want people to tread on us or whatever it may be, but it's like sometimes we just miss some of the obvious stuff where it might make a difference. I don't know. But Vanessa, congrats on your wedding as well, JT. And we need a budget for Uber when we do our tap room crawl rock. Yeah. Well, we never left the Exchequer last time, but we had some damn good beers while we were there. But yeah, we definitely want to do that. 5 brews I can hit on the way home from work. See, that would be dangerous there.
Yeah, no kidding. Actually, I probably do too. More than that, actually.
Yeah. Just found 4 oak beams on the Facebook marketplace. They will make good workbench. I need to solve them down to the 6.5 mark. Nice. Vanessa's always doing something. I love how Vanessa always has projects.
Yeah, she does.
She's always involved on something, which is great because I think that keeps the mind always active. Let's count how many breweries are around in 20-mile radius, more than 30 plus. Yeah, for me here where I'm at, I can get to within about 60 breweries, all within like 30 minutes probably. So, yeah, a lot of breweries. In Hello, Arizona. Sicilian pizza is tasty. I do love a nice Sicilian pizza.
I want pizza all of a sudden.
First beer soundtrack, that will be the week after Going for the One by Yes was released, and I was a huge prog rock fan when I was 15 in 1977. Well, every time I hear Yes, I just think of the one song, Lonely Heart. Because I just remember watching that video so many times on MTV as a kid growing up. Owner of a lonely heart. Remember when you had those videos back there, and the videos like told a story inside the videos and stuff too. So it was kind of like pretty cool. Like Duran, Hungry Like the Wolf, and it had the whole thing running around with the wolf, and he would change into the wolf. And yeah, this was just like a fun time growing up. And of course, then Michael Jackson did a 14-minute Thriller, and it was like, what is going on here? This is like, yeah. Oh, whatever 2 cakes in the trunk. Oldest brother Chevelle had in it. Yeah. Oh, nice Chevelle. Nice car. My sister's name is Chevelle, so she was named after that car because Dad was like a big fan of cars. Baby boomer here. And Vanessa's a boomer. She's just a few years older than me, but I was on the cut of the Generation X. Brother got the 8-track of Bachman Turner Overdrive. I remember them as well. Rectangle slice pizza is best. Well, rectangle would be like the Sicilian because you get that in the squares, rectangle. I used to get sips of my dad's OV and friends O'Keefe's and Black Label during barbecue, son. LOL. Yeah. Well, back then, when we grew up, Gilbert, parents would be like, if we were running around like kids, give you a little sip, and you were like, night, you were out. And they would say that. I don't think that was probably fit into the handbook of how to parent nowadays. But yeah, when we were growing up, parents would give you a little sip of alcohol because they knew it would knock you out and stop you from running around. Uncle drink Black Label, Vanessa said. Sorry, Rob, but that checker's a tourist place. Come up to Lincoln Square. It can be, I mean, it's got, when I was in Chicago and I looked at the places for beers, that had one of the best lineup of the beers I saw of any one location. So, tourists or not, the food was good, and the food was a lot of food they gave you. So, I can see like Guy going there for diner, driving, and dives. That's how good that place was.
Exchequer.
Yeah. Carling, baby. 16 and 77. I'm thinking Canadian governments are scared of getting voted out, and they should. Yeah. Politicians always worry about their votes. We all need boosters, but the vaccine will lessen the effects of any diagnosis. Right. We're in the fourth wave because wingnuts think science is a little flawed. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's kind of like everybody says, well, why wear a mask if you're going to still possibly get? It's like the whole thing about getting the vaccine is that it doesn't put you into the hospital. You don't have the intensity of it. It's not saying you can't get it still. But,
right.
Yeah.
The glow of it.
Yeah. Sorry for the politics, but it's true. Yeah, I mean, it's an open space. It's a safe space. That was Will Ferrell in Old School too. I thought we were in a safe space here. I thought it was. Oh. Like I said, a shot of whiskey. What whiskey are you drinking now, Mark? You get COVID in the hospital. You guess have a few health insurance. Yeah, you best have a few health insurance because it will cost at a point. And that's the thing. I haven't heard stories about how much it's cost people that have been in these hospital stays, but I got to think there's some huge bills out there. And medical bills are the number one cause of bankruptcy in the state. So if FDA approves emergency third dose, I'll be able to get a third straight away this time. Yes, they're actually saying the FDA may have the full approval done within the next couple of weeks for the vaccines as well. Just got the 5G juice, and I looked at the Netherlands research, thought the falls off a cliff short. Yesterday, I put my vaccine card in my wallet for the first time. I also put a pic of it in my phone. Yeah, I have a picture of it in my phone as well. I don't take the card with me anywhere, but I'm thinking, why do we not have the app yet? How did nobody create an app yet where you can just log your stuff right there for your vaccine information?
That's actually, we talked about that a couple weeks ago. I should take a picture of mine just to have before it gets all crinkled up or faded or something.
Yeah, like the old Social Security card or something. I had to order one of those a few months back. Like, I probably should get a new one because this one looks like it got eaten by the dog. But yeah. Oh, we got beach volleyball on USA and Australia for the gold medal. They all passed by end of 96. If one thinks they will get through to the future without healthcare or science, they are sadly mistaken. That's true, Vanessa. Yeah, there was a thing on Facebook I posted. It was kind of funny. It was a picture that I saw, and I think you may have seen it, Todd. I don't know if you did or not, but it was back from the Spanish flu days, and they had people in line. And now some people have masks on and some people didn't have masks on. Yeah, it was kind of like, it's just funny. Yeah, that's when I posted there. It's like, it's just funny how it repeats itself. And you still have people back then that were like, I guess the Spanish flu or whatever when it happened. Yeah.
Right. Like everybody thinks it's like the first time this has ever been required or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's not the first time. It ain't going to be the last time either.
Yeah. Yeah, education's a terrible thing to not use. Oh, it's amazing, Vanessa. Glad you made it indeed. Hey, what's up, Skip? What's up, Rod Todd? Commenting from the bar right now. Hope you're having a good night. Cheers. I hope you're having a good night there. What are you drinking at the bar, Skip? Got affected with HIV in April 1987. Wow.
Oh.
Didn't know that. Yeah. With all the medications and stuff. ELDS diagnosis in April 92. Wow. Vanessa's been through so much stuff there. Yeah. Then she says the patio blocks are coming along nicely. We mix it with 30 packs of concrete Saturday. That makes 60 forms. Yeah, the concrete stuff you're doing there is pretty awesome on Instagram. She's laying out in the backyard there. Last time I counted for the pandemic, Chicago had 120 breweries within 25. That doesn't surprise me with Chicago for sure. Chicago has so many, it becomes confusing. Like, which ones do I go to? Oh, this is, hey, Skip. Dude, I was doing yes when their songs were 10 and 20 minutes long. Wow. Stairway to Heaven has nothing on yes. That's a long song, Stairway to Heaven.
It's like, when is this going to end?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just starting. What do you mean?
Yeah.
It's not for 10 minutes.
I don't think you're allowed to order that song at a strip club, by the way. So
yeah, that's like that long.
Yeah.
Oh. Any song but that one.
Any song but that one.
Unless you want to pay.
Yeah. What's up, Rick? Cheers, homie, down in San Antonio. Happy Thursday to you. You guys don't know Rick's. Make sure you check him out. Rick Barbecue and Specialties. Good stuff happening. Hopefully you're having a great Thursday night as well. I was looking at Australia. They looked like they were Brazilian at first. I was like, they got the green outfits on. Oh, they suck since about 1984. Yeah, well, Men at Work used to be popular too.
Yeah.
Owner of a Lonely Heart, right? That's what I said, Blake. That's the song I remember the most from Yes is as a kid in the 80s watching that video over and over again on MTV. Ross, speaking of music videos, telling stories, do you remember Bryan Adams' videos actually like to become a short film of or sorts? Bryan Adams cuts like a knife. I remember watching that one numerous times as well. Because I grew up in the MTV age when MTV, guess what? That M stands for music, everybody. MTV used to play music videos.
What? What do you mean?
It wasn't all about the Jersey Shore or whatever shows, Pregnant at 16,
Real
whatever they're showing
World.
it now. They used to play music videos. And yeah, Bryan Adams, Cuts Like a Knife was another one that sticks in my head that I remember listening to a lot and watching that one there too. Doesn't seem like he really got anything really up past that point. Like I feel like that was like his highest level. I don't know. I wasn't a huge Bryan Adams fan. Billy Idol was another one that was big on MTV. Watching him.
Friday Night Video.
The Friday Night Video? You talking about on the old NBC type show or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah, late night, whatever, like 11:30 or whatever. Yeah.
o'clock in the morning or something.
Yeah, I used to watch those. I was big into watching the music videos. And I used to watch like obviously on MTV. Later on, you had the Club MTV, you had the Young MTV Raps, you had the Headbangers Ball, all that stuff. I used to watch, especially when I became like a college DJ, because a lot of the stuff you would see on there, some of the popular tracks and stuff. But yeah, I mean, growing up watching that time, I could sit there for like hours watching music videos. Like U2, like the first time I saw like New Year's Day, I thought I was watching Conan or something when they were coming through the hills. And everything like that on the horses, like, what is this? Like a new Conan movie? Oh, it's a music video. It's like, and it was like, oh, okay. And then all the different stuff that I watched over the years of the different videos, and like Dusty from ZZ Top just passed away this last week. ZZ Top was big, and I watched them Legs and the different videos. Like LaGrange is my favorite song from them, and watching their videos in the 80s and watching all these different musical acts. It was great. I remember they used to have on MTV on Saturday nights, it was an MTV concert. So they had a concert series that would come on like at 10 o'clock or whatever. And like I remember watching like the Thompson Twins, and I remember watching these other bands that would do stuff on Saturday nights. And they also have on Sunday, they have the Unplugged, right? Like the Kurt Cobain Unplugged was Nirvana, like one of the best Unplugged they actually did. LL did an Unplugged, and it was just like phenomenal when LL did the Unplugged, when he did his. And all these different musicals, and it's like, why did we give that up? Like, it should have been stay like the music type channel for more of the stuff. Now we got all kinds of stuff in there that doesn't even relate to music. So,
you know what that reminds me of is the Food Network. It's kind of the same way. Like, I hardly ever have any just shows where they just show you, like, they're in the kitchen showing you how to make dishes or whatever.
Yeah,
like they used to, the Emerald Gossi and
but Emerald did he had his Food Network back
now
then.
they just have like food competitions and stuff for like diner drive-ins and
it's pretty much this guy. It's like Guys Network at this point. Yeah.
Like, they don't even hardly have actually any true cooking shows where you can maybe learn to make something or whatever.
Yeah, that's why I flip over to Cooking Channel sometimes. Like they have the different stuff on there sometimes, but they have a lot of shows like that as well. But I can remember when Food Network came out, Iron Chef. I was a huge fan of watching whatever over in Japan, the original Iron Chef. I was like, oh, it's Saturday night, 10 o'clock, Iron Chef's on. I can remember them throwing down there in the little stadium they had. And I think, was it like the head Iron Chef or the top one was like Fuji something, I believe. And,
it was Japanese.
Yeah, it was just like, I loved watching them try to battle them on there. And I don't know, I think once you get too big, it becomes too commercialized and too much money, and the executives start thinking they know what's best for the people watching. It's like they ruin a lot of shows.
They have one show that I do like on there. It's pretty good. It's have you ever watched the Beat Bobby Flay?
I have watched that one at times too.
That one's pretty good.
Yeah.
You got two that compete, and then the winner makes their like main dish, and he just comes into it to make the same thing they're making. So he's blind taste test for the winner.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. I like that one.
But it's funny. We were down in the Gorge when we went a few months ago at the cabin, and we were flipping through TV. Now you can watch music videos on MTV, like on MTV2 or whatever like that.
Yeah.
And I was flipping through, and it was like the 80s or 90s block segment or whatever. And I flipped over and it just started. I was like, all these videos just came back. And it was like a flashback in my mind. I just sat there for like an hour watching like just music videos, which was cool. It was just like, why can't I get this on regular MTV? Like this should be just MTV.
Should be normal
in itself. Yeah.
Like MTV2 should be all that goofy shit that they have on there now, you know?
Yeah, so it's definitely a different time, but I don't know, for you kids that missed that MTV of the birth of it back in, I mean, I don't know. I'm a little partial, but I still think Gen X is the best generation. I think we had a lot of fun times. We saw a lot of things come and go. We get a little bit of the boomer stuff. We get a little bit of the millennial stuff. And we kind of enjoy it on both ways. So, yeah.
Kind of like stuck right in the middle and you know it all. Like
yeah. Yeah, let me see here. Wait, I'm having a Class 5 IPA from the Thomas Creek Brewery here in Greenville, South Carolina. Nice. I haven't heard of them before. Are they kind of like one of the smaller or more of the regional ones that are in Wayne as well? And I'm in the Toronto area. In the 2 hours, you can hit 200 breweries and 70% are world class. What, nice. No sun on the back end there, Gilbert?
Yeah, really, yeah.
You're slacking on the suns, my friend. Thanks, Skip. Appreciate you, my friend. Appreciate you being here. Blake's there laughing. Mixing in the Coors Light as well to watch the waistline. Really, Big Daddy, really? I'm just gonna say your name's Big. I'm just gonna say your name's Big Daddy. I didn't think a waistline was even in contention if you're Big Daddy. I don't know very many Big Daddies who's worried about the waistline. Sitting here drinking a Voodoo Ranger That's another person drinking Voodoo Ranger New Belgium V2K IPA. Very nice, Rick. How you like that one? I need to get some more Voodoo Ranger because they just came out with a mix pack. The juicy one. I don't know if I've done the juicy one. There's a couple other ones they come out with recently that I haven't. I think American Haze, I think, was one I didn't do before. So yeah.
I actually almost thought about picking that up today.
Yeah.
The mix pack.
I'm pretty much always happy with New Belgium. I think they do some pretty good stuff. I think they get passed over nowadays, but they're pretty solid. Hot Butcher is very close to Lincoln. Yeah, they got the new spot there, right, from Half Acre. So yeah.
Hot Butcher.
Yeah, when I get up there, I'm going to definitely reach out to Jeremiah and let him know, hey, I'm in town. Come by and check out your place.
Are they still sending the stuff out?
Yeah. I haven't got anything in a while, but I think they are still sending some stuff out. I think Han Yolo, if y'all know Han Yolo, check him out as well. I think he got a package a couple weeks ago or so. But, honestly, it's almost like you feel pressure when they send you something. Just because, like for me, I have so many other beers here. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to recycle some stuff. But I want to get their stuff out when they get it to me as well. But
yeah.
Blake says GTA is way easier than Warzone. That's because all you do is drive the cars, Blake. That's all you do. I haven't watched the Olympics since 2012. I follow Joe's Marble League instead. Check out his YouTube channel. All right. Yeah, I don't watch the Olympics as much, but I watch it some, and I do watch beach volleyball. I will say that. I do watch volleyball. And I like the new American team. It was time for the other ones to retire. Oh, Blake, how are you, brother? And let's see here. Electric light spread the Spanish flu, son. Drinking Gatorade tonight. Got to get refreshed for the weekend. Oh, good Lord. So Emerson comes with his questions, right? Because we know how Emerson comes with the questions. Now he's got the video game stuff. So let's get crazy. Asteroid is going to hit the Earth's last meal. What is the meal paired with beer? Go. I thought it was going to be an asteroid game question. Asteroid's going to hit the Earth. What is the meal paired with beer? Well, I was going to say I'm going to try to avoid the asteroid if possible, but if I can't do that, I'm probably going to have a nice steak, baked potato, maybe some Italian cut green beans, maybe some bread on the side, and then for a beer, I don't know which one I'm going to probably have either something of a Saison or a Belgian type ale. Not sure which one I would have, but I would definitely probably go Belgian or Saison.
All right. Yeah. I'm not sure. It's a toss-up for me. I was thinking steak. Then I was thinking pizza, but I'm not so sure if it was because of all the pizza talk. I think pizza because it's like on my brain now, so I'm not sure. Close. I might just do like a big pizza with some kind of good IPA.
You do a pizza with steak on it.
Oh,
like as a topping, some sliced steak as topping.
Yeah, you can do that. Pizza.
I'm getting sloppy, son.
I'm thinking pizza with an IPA.
There you go, pizza IPA.
I don't know which kind, but just an IPA.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's say going fishing at my favorite spot about 0500 this morning. Oh, very nice. I haven't been fishing in I don't even know how many years. It says, hey, Rick. How much time before asteroid hits Emerson? Well, that's going to probably make some lavish meals. Do I got time to make a turkey? I mean, what's going on? You know, like I try to
3 meals in that time frame.
I mean, if it's like 2 days, I can smoke a brisket. So I do love some brisket. That could be a running up meal too. What is going on, Middle Fruit? Love to get in your panel one of these days. Block that Blake dork though. Love you, Blake. You know that, buddy. Yeah, I hear you, Paul. You know, when I get back from vacation, I may do something. I've been trying to think of doing maybe like an open panel type show once a week as well. So I may do some stuff when I come back. I got to think of some ideas. I was thinking maybe do like a beer panel or something, just like shooting the shit over current events over some beers. So I'll let that think. And then after a few weeks, give me time. I may open up something there. Vanessa Kitty, is that you? Rick said. I found a maker of some really cool dragon pewter goblets. Oh, very nice. Ooh. That would be pretty cool. I've actually got a wine glass here that I got as a gift with something, and it's kind of got like dragons on it too. So I never watched Game of Thrones, but I think they would probably use it on Game of Thrones. So, which brings me another thing. Like I never heard of this show Titans until just recently. You know, I'm a comic book fan, and I don't know if you've seen this on HBO Max or whatever. There's a show called Titans.
Titans,
where it's based off like the Teen Titans comics from DC, where they're like younger superheroes, like it's a younger Batman, younger Superman. It's the 3rd season or whatever, and I'm like,
it's not what I had. Well, maybe it is then. If it's that far along, maybe it is the same one I was thinking of.
I've never seen this thing before.
But it's on HBO Max.
HBO Max.
Because that isn't out that long though.
Yeah, I think I might have to catch up on that next week when I'm traveling as well, because I'll have time. I won't have my PlayStation, and I won't have the stuff really to go live. I can go live off my phone and a few things, but I may have to check out some of these shows I'm catching up on.
No, it gets 7.7 out of 10 on IMDb.
Yeah, I mean, it looked pretty cool from the 3rd season highlights. I'm like, I've never heard of this show. Although I never finished the one on Prime either, the superhero movie, the show they got. I can't remember the name of it now. But it's not Marvel or DC. It's the one they made up, like Bad Boys or something. Whatever it is, it's kind of on Prime. On Prime.
Oh, on Prime?
It's like how you would see superheroes like being if they were like regular bad people type thing. Like they're not always good.
Well, they had one like that on Netflix.
It's The Boys. That's what I have.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
That is? It was a Prime show.
No, I think it's Netflix.
No, it was Prime when I watched the first episode on Prime when it came out. But as Netflix picked it up somehow.
What's that? I was thinking that was Netflix.
Yeah. Let me see here. Gives a yes, had a lot of outstanding albums before that video. Oh, I'm sure. I mean,
yeah, it was Amazon.
Yeah.
That's the Amazon original. All right. I was thinking of Netflix for some reason.
Yeah, I remember Yes being very popular. I also remember Toto being very popular back in the day. That's another one. Like that song Africa, I probably pretty much known that word for word through the 80s just from watching that Toto video, which was on all the time. I can think in the 80s it was like John Cougar, Hurt So Good was always on, and Jack and Diane. You'd always see that on TV. Yeah. I mean, that song like crazy. Obviously, I Want My MTV song was the first one they launched on that channel. I can remember when Run DMC launched Rockbox on that channel. That was huge. I remember the Cars having videos on there. I remember Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. I remember the Bangles. I remember the Go-Go's. I remember being a high school boy, the question being, would you rather have the Bengals or the Go-Go's?
Why not both?
Why not both? Yeah. Well, we got to separate. I remember the Prince videos. I remember Sheena Easton. I remember Sheila E. When Sheila E. did Glamour Life, it was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Time just stopped when you saw Sheila E. playing those drums and coming out there. It was like, whoa.
And of course, Michael Jackson.
Yeah, of course, the Michael Jackson run that you had there with him pretty much dominating stuff. And then seeing Eddie Murphy like in the Michael Jackson video, I was like, whoa, what just happened? You know, remember the time? Yeah, like why is Eddie Murphy in Michael Jackson's video? Like, yeah, so Dirty Diana. Yeah, I remember that one. I remember Janet Jackson.
Yeah,
Control.
Yeah.
But then I was like, Janet Jackson, my favorite video. Like Control was good when it came out, and people love that. But when she did the Black Cat video, that was my favorite Janet Jackson.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Pleasure Principle also.
Of course, then like Bon Jovi was big on video.
Bon Jovi was big. Sade was big. I remember how many times I saw like Eddie Grant, Electric Avenue. Go down to Electric Avenue. Gonna take it higher. Yeah. Billy Idol.
ZZ Top.
I remember Billy Idol did "Rock This Cradle." No, "The Cradle of Love" was the name of the song. That video was like, that was Alicia Silverstone, and it was like you felt a little guilty. What, like, is she even legal? Like, why am I watching this? Like, I remember "Flock of Seagulls." That was huge. "Flock of Seagulls," I Run. That was like blew up big. Like people were always singing that song. Spandau Ballet. Then you had the Wham, George Michael and stuff like that, and Careless Whisper. So Careless Whisper, I remember
Careless Whisper.
in eighth grade, that was the song we get to slow dance. So people DJ put on Careless Whisper, you were trying to find a chick to slow dance. So yeah. Jay Giles Band, I was a huge fan of them growing up. Wow. In Excess, when they came out later, I remember them in college being on MTV. Wow. MTV was just like there, like, it was just different when they were playing the videos. It was just like you were wrapped into it if you were big into the music scene.
That was kind of like streaming before there was streaming.
Yeah.
It was a way for them to get their music out.
Yeah.
Before it hit like record stores or things like that, And
I remember people recording with VHS. Just like we used to tape off the radio with the cassette tape, people were recording the MTV shows. Because people were like trying to learn the dance moves on Club MTV or Soul Train or whatever the dance shows were and stuff. Yes. So they would VHS would record stuff off. Solid Gold. I remember Solid Gold being a show. Yeah.
Solid Gold at 12 or whatever, 1 o'clock maybe. I can't remember.
American Bandstand. We still had that just a little bit when I was a kid. Yeah. Wow.
I remember every Sunday night. Casey Kasem's top 40. I'd have the cassette player sit next to the radio recording songs that I wanted to get on cassette. Yeah,
this is Casey Kasem top 40.
And every once in a while you get that mom or dad coming in the background going, "What are you doing?" Shut up! I'm recording. Song.
Well, growing up in New Jersey, we used to tape off of BLS and KISS because we were able to get them at nighttime with the frequency would be clearance type skies. And you'd have Mr. Magic on BLS, you'd have DJ Red Alert on KISS. And so Friday and Saturday nights is when they played all the new hip hop stuff. And they would have like the live scratch and all that kind of stuff. So you're taping it and you would just get mad. Like at one point it'd be like, "Yeah, this is DJ Flex." Well, fuck. Why are you on my tape, DJ Flex? Like you mad because he on your tape, but it's like him doing or Mr. Magic would say something like, "Why are you talking right now? You're ruining my tape."
Yeah, what are you doing?
Oh man, yeah, I can remember when I did that.
They did that on purpose though, for that reason. Right?
Oh, they definitely did that for sure. Yeah,
so you couldn't record that shit.
But as a kid, you were like, "Why Don't do that.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah.
God, now I gotta wait.
But we used to catch them live. So when they were like doing like the Fat Boys back in the day, like the first time they did it live on, like I heard them on BLS for the first time back when it used to be the Disco 3, and they were doing like the Fat Boys song. That was the old name of their group. And when like Public Enemy was like Spectrum, they were like their Public Enemy #1 song. And you heard these different acts before they actually broke big and stuff, which was pretty cool. Yeah. But yeah. Those were some good times. Good times. And then the next morning, you'd be like seeing your boys. You'd be like, "Did you get so and so last?" "Oh yeah, I heard that last night." And everybody's like,
yes,
and they'd be like, "Oh, I missed it. I didn't get to." So yeah, the little things in life that may put smiles on our face.
Now you're talking kids today like MTV. Oh yeah, I like those shows. No, videos. What are those? What do you mean videos?
Well, nowadays kids just go ahead and Google whatever they want, but it was like back then you had to like time it out and be able to know when to be there and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
I remember I used to tune into Yo MTV Raps every day just to see what like the new song might be that makes the list, or new stuff coming out,
or see who would pop,
or something.
Who would like pop on the set, oh, so and so drop by or whatever, and they would do a freestyle or something,
Right. Yeah.
Like the first time I saw like Gangstar on there, which was awesome. So yeah. Let me see here. I'm more into alternative underground pop and rock, XTC, the Adrian, Below the King, Crimson to the Decemberists. Yeah, it's funny. When I was a college DJ in college, our station was actually alternative. So I think a lot of your college stations maybe, but so we had a lot of stuff. So once you did like your initial feel into the station, you'd usually do a semester playing alternative music. And if you're lucky, you got onto another show during the week that you wanted to do. So my first semester, I was doing like 12 to 3 or 3 to 6 in the morning. And that's kind of where like they put you on there. That way, if you screw up, nobody really hears you as much because it's late night. And like, it'd be funny when I have people actually calling in, like, "Why is somebody calling me in?" They're like, "Oh, can you play so and so?" Like, why are you even awake right now? It's like 3 in the morning. But our manager would listen sometimes. And then from there, I went on. I did a different show, but I would play like Cowboy Junkies. We played REM. We played Nirvana, and we would play songs before they actually really took off. So once they became big and you heard them like down at the local station, like on the regular station, we stopped playing them. So we were kind of more of a station that was about breaking the music open and stuff. Yeah, but you learned a real good appreciation for all the different stuff that was there. And we had like, it was at West Virginia, so there was like shows like even like bluegrass, like you don't usually hear as much, but you would hear some of the bluegrass stuff and you can really feel the tones of the music and kind of get that nice feeling and that vibe from it. And we had all kinds of stuff that you would listen to at our station, which was awesome. You really developed a nice feel and all the different music being done. San Antonio was the best place for TDY on active duty with TDY.
Yeah.
I feel like that's military speak for having a good time somewhere.
Yeah. I'm not sure what that would be.
Vanessa, 10 hours. My current favorite band is owned from Chicago, but I like everything from country to jazz to classic to reggae. Yeah, I love all the different type of stuff. And yeah, I haven't listened to reggae as much as I used to. But back in college, we listened to a lot of the Bob Marley, listened to a lot of other reggae. We thought dance hall reggae is what we used to play on our station and stuff too back then. 2,200 hours here. I will be heading out fishing about 4:30 to buy some worms. I forgot to get them today. Yeah, I got to buy the bait. Well, don't people just dig for worms anymore nowadays? I guess not. I remember being a kid, you had to dig for some worms.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
My most favorite band is probably AC/DC. AC/DC was always kind of a solid. I grew up listening to, like I said, that Back in Black album, Hell's Bell, Shook Me All Night Long. Didn't know all the words, as a kid. I thought they were different than when I actually found out they meant later on as I got older, Shook Me All Night Long was, it's about a car, right? No, it's not about a car. Yeah. You find that out later on as you get older. But, then you get another stuff they'd actually done. And I've always appreciated the stuff. And then when I saw Maximum Overdrive, which I don't know how many people may have saw or not seen Maximum Overdrive, it was an 80s movie, Stephen King. But the whole soundtrack was AC/DC. And it fit perfectly for the movie. So.
That was the one where where all the machines come to life. Or
Right, all the machines come to life.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Where the soda machines and everything was,
Yeah. Look at Big Daddy. Worked on it, and Brian Adams said his song Summer '69. It's not about the year, but rather the sexual act. I actually didn't. I haven't heard that song in a while, but now I feel like I got to listen to it again. The Summer '69 behind cuts like a knife. Summer '69 was the other song that I guess he had there as well. That were kind of his two big hits, really. 69, 60, yeah. So it was like he was all summer '69, and not back in '69. Moody Blues, couple songs that you see me crying through. Yeah, it's always something about good music when you hear it, where it hits that emotional core. Like there's stuff that I can hear if I'm in at the wrong moment. Like I'll listen to sitting on the dock of the bay, and at some points I'm in the wrong state of mind. Like that just really hits you hard. Like just the way that he sings through that, or Sam Cooke, some of the Sam Cooke stuff that he actually does. It's like, geez, like wow, like the Aretha,
for sure.
Yeah, it's like the Aretha Franklin movie is about to come out, and it was funny. Like one of the commercials I saw for it, like the guy says, "I think I have chills." Like after you heard Aretha sing, and that's how it was. Like when you knew good quality. I remember when I was a DJ, we were asked about like good music. It's kind of like you just know when it hits. Like your hairs are almost standing up. Like when you heard like Aretha Franklin hit a note that nobody else could ever hit, and you just knew it was that strong of a note. You kind of felt it in your bones, like wow, like. And that's how some of the music was. It was just like I don't listen as much to some of the newer music because it doesn't hit me that way anymore. It's just like I feel like a lot of stuff on the radio is all commercial because it's all under corporations now for the most part.
Right. I remember. I know last time I went to Tennessee, we was up playing cards, games, drinking, whatever. Usually pass somebody streams music off phone. And everybody kind of take turns playing stuff. So I started playing Sam Cooke for a while. Like got on the Sam Cooke kick.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, knew Sam Cooke but didn't know the songs he sang. You're like, I didn't know he sang that. I was like, just keep listening. You'll know everything that he sings. I promise you.
Yeah.
And like some of the things, like, oh my god, it's so good.
There's parts of When a Man Loves a Woman by Joe Cocker that if they don't hit you, you're just not a human. It's just like
right.
The way he hits some of the notes on there is incredible. And like some of the CCR stuff. That CCR stuff just makes me like want to sit down on like a porch in Mississippi and just sit back and relax when I hear some of the CCR songs. It's just they just hit you in a certain way that it just takes you away from whatever. That's like if you're down on something, you put some good music on it and it brings you right back up or gets you out of the mood you were actually in. It's kind of
really does.
Yeah.
It really
does. It's powerful when done in a great type way. It's just that's why I've always been drawn to it. That's why I love. That's why I'm trying to do the music channels when I can get them updated again. But I've always been a big fan of music.
Shannon always loves that. She's always like, some music. Oh, just feel like, don't you ever feel music? I'm like, yeah, I do. I mean, I do.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite as much as you do, but I do. In different ways.
Oh, I've had some songs that I'll sit here and it's like something to pop on. Because sometimes I listen to music when I'm writing and doing some stuff for work or whatever. To get in the mind, I hear a song come on, and it just brings back a memory from like growing up or something, like something that just hits you in a way, and it's just like all of a sudden you'll feel yourself having like that reaction to it, like you may tear up or whatever, or you'll sit back in elation just because it brings back such a good memory because you haven't heard that song in so long, and everything attached to it for you as a person just comes through because it's just done so well. Yeah. I think music is a great way to heal the soul.
It really is.
Brian Adams was a teen as a guitarist on the Ontario concert circuit during the 70s. Long cuts like a knife. Yeah. It's fun when you see some of these old entertainers. Like Jimi Hendrix was in a picture that I saw last week where he was like the backup guitarist in a band like for James Brown. It's like all these different people that just kind of flow together. Like imagine like Jimi Hendrix learning under James Brown. Like it's just greatness among greatness,
Right. Yeah.
I don't know why Gilbert just threw a random son out there. Or maybe because he said he didn't have a son before. New Holland's definitely solid. I do like New Holland. New Belgium, whichever. Yeah, New Belgium's solid. So whatever you got. Hey, what's going on, Chad? Pacifico Clara.
Chad?
I don't have a lot of the Pacificos, but it seems like when I do have it, it's like I'm at a Mexican or Spanish type restaurant when I have it there for some reason. Like a lot of places that serve like, and I'll say like more of the American Tex-Mex type restaurants. Like it'll be like tacos or something like that. Like Pacifico Clara is one of the ones they have on tap sometimes.
Yeah.
Which is all right. It's decent. It goes well with Spanish food. Time to go Jungle Jimsy for asteroid hits. What would you grab?
Everything.
Everything.
What difference does it make at that point?
I'm taking the whole aisle out.
Yeah. Taking the whole store. Just come along.
Oh, I haven't been to Jungle Gyms in a few months now, so which is good because when I go, I drop some dollars for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
You know? How can you not?
Yeah, I mean, it's like some places you go to, like I'm going to get one thing or two things, and you go to Jungle Gyms and you're like, well, let me get the cart now just in case because I know I'm going to probably need it. So,
I mean, I'd say probably the last 3 times I've been to Jungle Gyms, I've easily spent at least $100 or a little more.
Oh yeah,
just
yeah,
beer alone.
yeah. You're like, oh shit, what is this? What is this? What is this?
All of a sudden, you're just like, just throw it all in there.
You know when you've been to Jungle Gyms a lot is when people start asking you like questions like because they think you work there because you're kind of like I don't work here, but actually what you want is right over here.
And it's on sale this week.
Yeah. They see you giving the sales guys in the aisles pointer that work there. It's like, oh, you should tell them about this. You should tell them about that. Yeah.
Next thing you know, you got the workers like, ask that guy. He knows more than I do.
Yeah.
Or don't you work here? Yes, I do. Does he? No, he doesn't, but he knows more than I do.
Yeah. Dragon's Milk's out and the Dragon Peter Goblet sitting on a bench swings around a war of fire. That sounds like a nice thing. You'll have that pretty soon, I'm sure. We'll be drinking Dragon's Milk Stout if the asteroid hits over 4 and extra stout. You do like the 4 and extra stout as well, though, Vanessa.
Uh-oh.
I do a grass-fed New York strip with a loaded baked potato, so we're there. Arberg 10, the Dolo beer, and toffee pudding. Well, there you go. I got no complaints there. Hey, Rick said, well, hey, Brother Rob, my wife is hollering at me. You got to go make a baby because it's cool. Hey, Rick, you do you, son.
You do what you got to do.
Yeah. Cheers, brother. Good having you on. Oh, bye, Rick. Yeah, make sure y'all check out if y'all didn't get this channel, Rick's Barbecue and Specialties. Great guy, great stuff over there. If you want to see some cool stuff being grilled, check him out as well. Speaking of drill, we don't have Jimmy here tonight. We miss Jimmy, cuffing stuff. So another great channel. B52s. You know how long it took me to figure out what they were saying at the end of that damn Love Shack song? Because that song was so much. I'm like, what is she saying at the end? And finally I found out it was Tin Roof Rusted. It never sounded like that when I heard her singing Love Shack. Like, or she say it or he says it. He says it. He says it at the end. He's like, Tin Roof Rusted. Like, and then she started like, I couldn't make it out for the longest time. Like, what is he saying there? Yeah. Devo, yeah. I actually, believe it or not, I have Whip It at my mom's house on a 45. Now you young kids are out there like, what's a 45? Yeah, that was like a small record, or as you kids call it today, small vinyl. I have a small vinyl. Yeah. You had to get the little piece and put it in the middle, and then it would spin around on your phonograph. But yeah, Whip It. Yeah, Whip It good. Do. That was like when I was back in 6th grade, I think. I was like, my first DJ gig was back in 6th grade, Maple Shade Grammar School, or middle school, actually. And we had a phonograph in our room. And every Friday we were allowed to play music. So me and my one buddy were always the ones allowed to put the music on and play the music for the room. So people would come to us for requests. That was my first DJ gig. So we played we would play Queen, Another One Bites the Dust. We would play like Devo. We would play all these other songs and stuff. So it was like, that was my first gig as a DJ. Now I think about it. Yeah.
That's funny. Back in 6th grade where it all began.
Solid Gold Dancers Rules. Yeah. And believe it or not, I remember back in the late 70s where they actually had a slip up there where they had a malfunction. And you're like, what just happened there? Like, did I just? And it was like, yep.
Oops.
Yeah, Depeche Mode. Yeah. Depeche Mode's another one listening to. Johnny Cash did one of their covers as well. I'm trying to think what song it was. Shoot, what song was that with Johnny
I was
Cash?
going to look it up.
Because I was shocked when Johnny Cash did it. Personal Jesus.
Oh, yeah, there you
Do
go.
you remember that? And then when Johnny Cash did it, I was like, wow, that is different. But you know what? In a way, like Johnny Cash put his own spin on it and made it even sound that much more different. It was just like, I was a fan of Johnny Cash. I remember being a kid, probably around third or fourth grade. I used to go to the library and listen to music at the library back when they would have records there, and then listening to like 16 Tons and different Johnny Cash songs and stuff like that. And I've always been kind of a fan of that kind of music as well. So
yeah, he was definitely different on his own, like his own. I want to say genre because
yeah. Well, it was the way he delivered that tone that he had. It's like,
yeah, I was gonna say it's almost kind of talking.
Yeah.
Not really so much singing as it was talking, but
it's almost like it was a monotone, but it wasn't a monotone, right? Like you didn't really inflect as much, but his voice just carried it away.
Yeah,
that it kept it in balance. It was just
I don't know, yeah,
a unique style. Yeah,
it all just worked for him, whatever
it
was, whatever. What you'd say for him.
Yeah, he had his own little thing, and the guy in black, he was the man. So REM, yeah. Funny story about REM. So REM, and I didn't make it to that concert the night my buddies out went, but at the Coliseum at WVU, REM played the concert one year. And Michael Stipe was getting pissed at the crowd or whatever. He started cursing at the crowd. The crowd was yelling back at him. And apparently he was like so hammered he forgot his words and stuff. But it was like, I don't know if he's been back to WVU since that point, but he was like not very happy because people were like complaining about how bad he was.
Calling him out.
Yeah, calling him out on it. So that's me in the corner. That was a big. I remember the MTV Awards when they had that video was like winning everything. It seemed like, yeah, which was really a cool song, and the words, the lyrics they put together was pretty cool. Chad, I'm from New Jersey. Come on, the Boss. Of course, we saw the Boss, Bruce Springsteen. Yeah, he was huge. You had his videos there. You also had Billy Joel was huge in the '80s as well on MTV. Christine Brinkley being in his video. It was like, who was that? And he found it's Christine Brinkley, supermodel.
Yeah.
But Bruce Springsteen, Bon Jovi, Whitney Houston, all New Jersey people. Hey, what's going on? Toilet Bowl food review.
Toilet Bowl food review.
Y'all don't know Toilet Bowl food review. Check him out, and big welcome for you for joining as well tonight. But he actually does food reviews, and he's not using the toilet, but he does them from the toilet where he's at, which is pretty comical. So check out his channel and some stuff that he actually does there too. But great to have you, my friend. With speed dubbing on stereos became a thing, game on. Me and my friends created an underground market for music to get on Napster. Yeah. But do you remember when we used to have the boom boxes back in the day, and you had it where it go from one cassette to the next?
Yes.
You had to time it so it flipped over so it didn't get like that pause because you didn't want the music to stop and everything. So yeah, I remember that back in the day. The double cassette boom box.
Remember the old cassette stereo players you like put in your car where it like would play and automatically you start playing the backside where you wouldn't have to, eject it and flip it over. I was like, oh, this is the coolest thing ever. Like, this is awesome.
Yeah, I remember the removable cassette players they used to put in cars too, where you would take it out because people were getting robbed.
Oh, I know. My old Ford Ranger, I had one of those in a bass tube behind the seat. The whole thing. It was just a cassette player though, but you just pull the whole thing out, just keep it from getting stolen.
And the U.S. just won gold with beach volleyball tonight. Wasn't a huge Toto fan, but talk, damn right, yeah. I remember just hearing some of the stuff, but Africa was a huge hit for them on MTV. Africa. Yeah, my main DJ job was at a neighborhood bar, so it wasn't a dance floor. And I played a lot of requests. Worked 4 nights a week from about 9 to about 5 a.m. There you go. TDY, temporary duty station. Oh, okay. But that was actually pretty good in Texas. Tickets to Ramstein and Soldier Field next fall, 2022. Wow, next fall. So they're like selling them pretty quickly then. ACDC, I always wonder what a Thunder Jeep was. Dirty D's and, let's see. Try a little tenderness, floors me. Yeah, it's, you hear that, and you hear the notes, and you hear the delivery. It's hard to not get floored when that happens. Dirty D's done dirt cheap. I got songs stuck in my head. Maximum Overdrive is the most coked out Stephen King thing ever. I love it. I want Mr. King to take up coke again and start directing more movies and film. I mean, the whole thing with Emilio Estevez and stuff like that. I mean, he's your lead person there in that cast, but the way that movie is delivered and the music from the AC/DC, it just goes together. I'd watch that again. If it was on again, I'd watch it again. I might pull up on YouTube and watch it as well, just because of the old memories with it and the way the song plays together.
Yeah, just because.
A lot of music melts me like a reflex. It does. I mean, good music, I feel like it gets into the soul. It clears you up. There's music that'll pick you up. There's music that'll I'll say keep you down, but kind of work your way through the blues and stuff. Right? You listen to some of the B.B. King stuff, and the way he hits some of the strings when he's playing guitar, it's like that talks to your soul. He's not even singing. He's just playing the guitar, and you're feeling that in your soul. That's just how good the music is.
Just feels the vibe.
What's going on, Spicy? Cheers, my friend. Good to see you.
What is up?
You don't know everything spicy. Definitely check him out. He eats a lot of spicy, hot stuff, so I'll just say that. But at this point,
he does.
It was National IPA Day, so I had a couple of IPAs earlier. Right now, I'm actually drinking my last of this one from Highwire, which is the Dark Smooth and Jammy Dark Berry Jam. Wow. So 9% on this one, which reminds me, Todd, if you ever decide to go by that Highwire, let me know, and I'll reach out to my friend that I met up here that's the sales rep down there in Louisville, so she can maybe meet you and get you like a setup or a tour of anything if you want.
Yeah, I'll for sure go check it out when it first, maybe a week or two after it opens. I'll probably wait for it to, settle down just a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it should be opening up here in a couple weeks.
It should be pretty close, I believe. Yeah, she still has some hype around it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Check out Toy Vanessa. He got some good stuff on his channel. It's pretty good. I'm slipping Dovetail Coach and proper glassware. Well, nice to have the hashtag proper glassware. Dovetail. I liked what I got from them. Drinking Gatorade and studying the changes I made to Moravian workbench plants. Vanessa, you're just being so good tonight drinking a Gatorade. Last meal got to be barbecue pork, brisket, ribs. Oh, that. I can't hate on that. What beer are you washing that down with, though, James? That's the question. Roasting a pig over the fire pit when the asteroid hits. Yeah. As I said, you got enough time. You can get out there and do a roast.
Yeah.
As the Beetle 45s blows on nails. Nice. Some of the old Beatles stuff, that's definitely some classic stuff. My mom has actually the first release of the Led Zeppelin debut album when it came out.
Really?
So yeah, I tried to get her from her at one point. She's like, "No, son, you ain't getting that. Nah, you got to wait." My mom had she has like a little bit of a record collection, not like what I have, but she has some of the old stuff. And I remember when I was leaving for college, she used to have the Ohio Players. And Ohio Players, if you know Ohio Players, their album covers used to be very, very seductive. Like the women they would have on it, you're kind of like, whoa, what's going on here type thing. Yeah. I tried to get a couple of those to go to college. She's like, no, you ain't taking the Ohio Players. No one dies hungry, indeed. I'm all about that plan. Another 80s favorite, Echo and the Bunny, man. I know some of the guys, pale, smelly Brits, but real friendly and curious. Yeah, I remember them as well. Toy Bowl says, James, You good taste in music? How about Joy Division? There you go. I remember watching the Bears Patriots Super Bowl with Pete and Doug of the Bunny Man at my bud's party apartment. Nice. It's back when the fridge. Long-time Adventurous music fan toilet bowl. Thank you, Ronnie. Good to see you. Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Good to see you also. And all about, getting you some props there. I got to catch up on some of your videos. I was talking about that earlier. It's just so tough with work and then running the channel, doing stuff. But you got some good stuff there. So I want to get people over to your channel as well so you can check you out. I was my cassette player for my old Omega in 1985. Wow. I remember my mom had one. I can't remember what car it was. We had an 8-track player like in the 70s, and it was like, that was something. 8-tracks didn't last as long, though. They get about 20 or 30 plays until they start skipping to different songs or so it seemed. Yeah. I remember living in the camp.
My mom and dad had to sew like a big kind of stereotype, but it was like huge. It had a record player and an old 8-track player in it.
Yeah.
They had like room to store like some albums or something in there too.
Funny thing about music. So when I was a kid, I was like 5 or 6 years old, maybe 7. I can't remember what the age was. I had the Jackson 5 record that came out, Enjoy Yourself. You know, enjoy yourself, enjoy. Yeah. And I don't know why. I was like, I snapped at a party one time. Like, we were at a party, my mom and her friends, all that kind of stuff, and they kept playing it over and over again. And it was like, it was my record. Like, I was tired of them playing. And it was like, and I snapped and I broke the record. Like, no more.
Oh, shit. Nope.
My mom was not very happy with it because they loved that song.
Go to bed.
I may have got a spanking after that, I believe, but I can't remember. It kind of went dark. But I was like, I can't take it anymore. I felt like I was just playing over and over again. But yeah. Oh, good old Jackson 5. Remember living in the cave and hearing the rocks. They were great sounds. Mick. Once upon a get DDC on my license plate in the 80s. What do you say, DDC or ACDC? I don't know what I'm thinking. Was it a typo? What's up, Jason? Cheers, my friend. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're having a good Thursday. Toy Bowl today. I was listening to Adam Green's cover of Love Will Tear Us Apart. Wow. There you go. Like I said, the Doors, City of Lights is great on the Bang Your Woman, too, in the car. Have King time.
King time.
Oh. Jeez, Ohio Players, right? LOL. Yeah, Ohio Players, they had some great album covers. That's all I'm saying. As a kid in school, those album covers were solid. Fire. Yeah. I'm a Brit. I don't smell LOL. Ohio Players were about hustling and hooking up. Yeah, and that was okay.
That was just fun.
Yeah. One of the songs I used to hate growing up as a kid that used to bother me. I later got over or whatever, but now it's funny because I see the new rock movie coming out and they play it on the commercials, is that Rock the Boat song. As a kid growing up, I heard that song so much. It was like,
don't rock the boat.
Don't rock the boat, baby. It's like coming out of the disco era. It was like so many times I heard that song. It was like, I can't take it anymore, but it took me a while to get over it. But now I hear it all the time with the whole rock commercial every time it comes on. Vanessa says, my first car, Chevy Impala, some very good times in that in Alaska. Yeah, back then, the Impala for sure. Lost mine in the back seat of that very same old Oldsmobile 79. Her name was Lacey. You always remember your first. The kids even drive to go park anywhere anymore? I guess, I don't know if they may do that now. I remember back when we were growing up, like there were spots where people would go to connect and park and, take your date or whatever. But it seems like kids are so internet now type thing.
I was going to say, they don't have to leave the house anymore.
Yeah. It's like, oh man, oh, salute, right? Yeah, some fun times, some fun memories. That's where you guys were bringing up those memories from back in the day. It was a blast and stuff. So it's kind of
Down
like
memory lane.
I imagine when I get to New Jersey next week, I'm going to probably have a blast looking at some of the places when I was a kid and stuff. I was thinking. I was thinking about doing some video when I was up there about sharing with you guys where I went to different spots and like my Catholic school I went to like the first 6 years is like right where my grandmother's town where we were and different stuff. I may put some stuff together, but
That's just a video with some like pizza or some Philly steaks or something when you get
like this is
put
where
on your grill and or whatever channel you have for food.
Yeah. I got to go out there and get some stuff when I'm up there. I'm looking forward. I haven't been back to Jersey probably in 7 or 8 years or so, I think. So it's definitely been a while. And when I was there last time, I was actually limited because I was helping my mom get through some stuff. But it'd be nice to get up there and check out some things and see what all changed. And I can go back to a Wawa, which is right down the street from my mom's house, and get a nice shorty, which is a hoagie up there. Next to Wawa's. The first time I went back first night back, I came back to the house. I had a pizza and I had a Wawa hoagie. She's like, "What are you doing?" Like, I haven't been back in a while. I gotta get started right now. Yeah.
Isn't the Wawa's supposed to have like good beer or something too?
Yeah, they got good beer now that people are talking about, so I'll be picking up some of that as well. It's all good. Good talk, son. Good talk. Every time I hear Celine Dion, I want to kick a tuck of the heart. Well, Celine Dion's like that really that guilty pleasure. Like nobody says they ever like her, but yet she still sells platinum. So right. somebody's buying her stuff.
Somebody likes it, yeah.
Oh shit! I was at the back of a school bus, and her name was Shelly, son. In the school bus. Was that like what are the other kids doing around you? Like they were
on the
watching?
way home, like don't pay attention to what I'm doing back here.
Yeah. Shut up or I'll punch you in the face.
Go sit down and look forward.
Gilbert's threatening kids back there so he can get his groove on. Oh. Ain't me, Rod. Ain't me. Yeah. Let's see. Nice one, Eric. Yeah. But I was going to say, so I did have some other stuff here with the IPA. So I'll say, since it is National IPA Day, that's going to be ending here in a half an hour. So top single hop IPAs and the hops that are used, in case you guys are interested, Citra, and then Simcoe, Nelson Sauvin, Mosaic, and Galaxy. So those are the top single hops used for IPAs. Then for the top single hop pairings for hops used, Citra and Mosaic, Citra and Simcoe, Apollo and Simcoe, Amarillo and Citra, Centennial and Simcoe. So those are the ones commonly used for a lot of the IPA beers that you drink out there. The top ones, I should say. Other people are doing other things, but Galaxy is one of the ones being sought after the most. And the only other thing I would say is today, watching the Olympics, while I was working, I watched speed walking. I don't know if you guys ever seen this before.
Speed walking, is that actually an event?
It's actually an event. It's like, I don't even know, 50 kilometers or meters, whatever amounts you got to do. You're not allowed to run. You're actually walking fast, speed walking. And I was like, what the hell have we come to that this is an Olympic event?
You know.
And believe it or not, they will flag you if you look like you're running, I guess. So there's like yellow paddle or a red card. If you get a certain amount, you get disqualified. That was something different to see. And by the time it was said and done, I think the winner did just over like 3.5 hours or so for how long they had to walk. But no, they were, I mean, it was like watching people at the mall. Like, not even watching people at the mall, because people at the mall, when they walk, they kind of walk more grace. This was like watching like a show where it's like models or something, where it was like not even models, like kind of like a I don't even know what you would call them, but the way they were walking, it was like
And they're on
switching.
like style and form or whatever.
They were switching back and forth. I'm watching it, and I'm watching all these guys do it. And I'm like, I hope none of you guys go to prison because the way you're walking, you're gonna get way more attention than you will want to get. It was an interesting sight to see, but yeah. So if you see the replay of speed walking, I didn't even know it was a sport.
I could see that like the promo for it. Stay tuned for speed walking, followed by paper, rock, scissors coming up, the gold medal round. Like, what are you doing? What do you mean?
Yeah, it was crazy. But then they had karate, which karate is in this year's Olympics, but it's not in 2024 because Paris didn't won karate. They opted for breakdancing. So in 2024, breakdancing will be the Olympic event there, which is going to be interesting as well because I never thought of breakdancing really being an event. I mean, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how that all pans out. I was like, if the states don't win for breakdancing, where hip hop was created, it's like that's terrible. But I feel like there's going to be people over in England because I've seen the England videos of the hip hop scene that actually may beat over here and some other spots like France and stuff. So it's like, who are we recruiting? How do we recruit for breakdancing for the Olympics?
I was gonna say, if you actually win that, can you actually say, yeah, I'm a gold medal Olympic winner? What's your medal in? Breakdancing. Like, what? What do you mean breakdancing? Is that for real?
Oh man, the Olympics. I don't know. I watched rock climbing earlier today. Like they were going up rock climbing like they were at LA Fitness. I'm like, that's an event too now. Yeah. So, it's crazy watching some of the events on the Olympics because you learn things.
I feel like the Olympics have become the ESPN Ocho.
Speaking of ESPN and the Ocho, because it doesn't get any more better than that. Tomorrow on Friday, from what I saw, will be the dodgeball championship. ESPN put a thing on Facebook like the Ocho is back, dodgeball championship Friday. I'm like, seriously, so that is a thing now. And they showed the clip, and it was a clip where it was a USA versus someone a couple years ago or last year maybe. And they came back after being down like 14-3 that they ended up winning. And it was like one guy that was just dodging these dodgeballs and ended up getting these other guys out. I was like, wow, but it'll be on tomorrow. So I don't know what time tomorrow, probably tomorrow night, but check your local ESPN listings for dodgeball championships. Which doesn't surprise me now because cornhole's on ESPN. So that's where we're at in the sports world, right? Cornhole, dodgeball, bring back jarts. Bring back jarts.
I was flipping through last night at ESPN, like ESPN2, and they had like putt-putt.
On ESPN?
Yeah, I was like, no, it was ESPN2. I was like, God, I hadn't seen this since like the 80s when it was the old putt-putt. I turned it on, and I shit you not, it was the old videos from like the 80s, but the screen's real small looking, and it was like the old, like the original like putt-putt. I was like, what are you? I was like, is sports this bad now that you got to show like old putt-putt competitions from the 80s?
Oh my God, that is.
I started laughing because I immediately was like, I got excited and I was like, this is the shit that used to be on like the Wide World of Sports on Saturday or something.
That was a great show back in the day. Wide World of Sport. I mean, we used to watch boxing matches on there before we got all capitalized on.
Shit, there was a lot of Muhammad Ali was on Wide World of Sports.
And then the guy that would wreck skiing all the time. So, yeah. The agony of defeat. Let me see here. Next one, Eric. You want Suicide? I do want to see the new Suicide Squad movie. I heard it was really good. So I do want to check that out. Which I didn't think the first one was that terrible. I know some people have problems with it, but I thought I liked the characters in it. Kids don't know, had no clue either. Yeah. Speed walking is amazing. 4:30 a.m. here, just watching the Olympics now, Rod, looking at the German camel. Oh, Mick. Speedwalker might tell you the earth is flat. Don't believe him. Todd, check out Jelly's Marble Runs. And that's the other YouTube channel. Chess has his own Olympics. They might as well put chess in the regular Olympics though too. Speed walkers look like they're desperate for a turd and they ain't gonna make it. Yeah, the speed I would give you that, Mick. They do look like that when they're walking around like they are. It's just like not gonna make it, not gonna make it. Like
no, can't go.
it's like when you're at the swimming pool and like as a kid you gotta go to the bathroom real bad and they're like no running at the pool and you're trying to get to the bathroom. That's how they look. That's how they look on there. You're trying to avoid it from running down your leg, you know. So breakdancing all sweet does all caramel, right? It's kind of like they're bringing back the breakdancing in France. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with that, but. The Olympics are the Olympics.
Does the boombox come into play there? Where you got to carry the boombox in, you know, and the Kango hat, and then you set it down.
Well, you feel like if you're gonna have breakdancing, you got to have the customary guy that doesn't dance. He just stands there with the arms crossed, with the sunglasses on, the Kango, watching the boombox. Like he's just there. He's just there the whole time. He doesn't dance, but he's pretty much part of your profit. He's the guy.
Bodyguard.
Yeah. So. Nobody touches the radio, so you got to have that guy there too. So
that would be a must. That's funny. What if they did that? That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, but yeah. So, but you know, it's the French, and the French do stuff the way the French do the stuff. So, that being said, we're at 11:37. We'll go ahead and jump off here. Thanks for everybody tuned in. Always a great time spending a Thursday night with you guys, and hopefully you guys will have a great Friday tomorrow. Again. No show next week as I will be out on vacay, but I'll try to get some stuff uploaded to the channel or make sure to check out the podcast as well, as I will have some stuff there on the podcast to also take place and try to share some different things along those lines. So that if you guys want to catch that, you can catch that as well. But that being said, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. And I got one last question from James. When do you pee during these streams? I said streams. We're professionals. So you
That's
know.
right.
Yeah. Unlike the speed walkers, you know.
Yes.
Which I guess the speed walkers, they went for about 3.5 hours, but you know they weren't really drinking water or anything. They were kind of pouring on their heads and stuff. But that's definitely
funny thing, James. We look like the speed walkers as soon as it goes off air. He's like, "We gotta go pee.
We gotta go." Yeah. Knight Gilbert as well, my friend. Mick says, cheers, fellas, indeed. And great stream. Thank you, brother. Always great having you here, Emerson.
Thank you.
So that being said,
everybody.
We're going to get signed off. Y'all have a great night, and we look forward to catching up with you guys soon. Cheers, everybody.